Okay. Last session, we started the session after having just left the Judicious Hall after the truth trial in Duras, where we were accused of poisoning the king at the banquet that was held in our honor for the work we had done at Vermeyen, and and both us and Seagarden and Zeke were all accused of that, and lots of things happened there. But we started last session having left. Seagarden did not leave with us. She left through the back of the hall. And when we left, we had a mission from the king that would take us out of the city, but we also still have business in the city. So we kind of just discussed briefly about our next steps. An attendant came out with a paper, and they requested to know where we are staying, and we told them Mr. Magic Michael Dune's tower would be the best way of getting a hold of us. She gave Roland a scroll. It was sealed with wax and a symbol, and the symbol was of Shield House. It was a request from the general. He requested our presence at the governor's quarters within an hour, and the governor's quarters is Zeke's home. Tarvik and Rita got into a little bit of a fight and stormed off in different directions. Eventually, Tarvik and I headed towards the governor's quarters, but they stopped us at the bridge and asked us to use the commoners' bridges. Tarvik decided he's gonna walk down to the river and parted the water. This seemed to bother the guards for some reason. We found lots of bones and clothes and tools and trash in the river, but went ahead and went across. The guards seemed to go on high alert. But they didn't really do anything to stop us. There were 4 guards that followed us after that until we got to the governor's quarters. And one of the 3 ran back to stopped following us and ran back apparently to report on where we were going. The governor's quarter had a wall and a gate and a little deck on the back, but that was unlocked. We knocked, and there was a plainly clothed gentleman that greeted us with a meek smile. We basically asked us to wait for the governor. Roland and Tarvik chatted for a bit. Tarvik mentioned that he sees this group a little bit more as a means to an end, as colleagues. Roland sees our group as a little bit more than that. And the group is still a little bit on odds of just of everyone's roles and how they see each other and why we want to like help each other and stick together. But it was a good conversation regardless. The other 2, Rita and Cassandra, went shopping. They went to the market and Pix. At Pix, there was the familiar gnome. We once saw this gnome burned to death in Parabor. Pip called him Polo, Pip's nephew. He is visiting with his papa. Cassandra asked if he was a ghost. He said, "Nope, I'm a gnome." And asked what he thought about fire, and he did not like it very much. Pip mentioned there was an incident with the fire out in the world, and they asked about the goblins. And eventually just admitted, yes, like these were indeed the 2 gnomes that had died in that goblin attack. They said they don't remember exactly, just goblins and pains and waking up in Galana's house. They said that she made them right again and sent them on their way. They tell Pip that they were Rita and Cassandra tell Pip that they were the ones that took their bodies to the church and had tried to save them but were too late. Asked for a big heroes discount. Pip already gives us a 10% discount, but he decides to give us another 10%, 20% off total. And we tell them that we're never going to M&M's again. They got the sending stones, 400 for a pair, and I think the intent is to give it to Cassandra and Roland. Then after that, they went and got lollipops. They go to the market and they found the stall called Candy Maker Candy. And the vendor was a woman with a multicolored dress, and next to her was a bakery. She had a high-pitched voice and speaks so very fast, and had unicorn lollipops. There was a giant one as tall as a person that cost 10 gold pieces, but which of course they bought. Of course they bought that one. But they also got the 4 regular ones at 4 silver pieces each. Rita cast sending to Tarvik and asking to meet up at the tree orphanage. And let's see. Tarvik responded that he expects an apology. But General Deneth met us at the governor's quarters. He asked about Zeke and if having a personal item would help with the magic to attempt to locate Zeke, which I think is something we had mentioned during the trial and he picked up on and he wants to follow up on. The general went to speak to Galeson, which was, I believe, one of the guards, while the attendant took us upstairs. We investigated the room. There was 100 gold coins in a secret pouch and some alcohol and some sex toys, which was gross. There was also a journal on the nightstand and like a secret diary in the book. Lots of information. I think at the end of it, we kind of concluded that there might not actually be any shapeshifters, at least not regarding Zeke. But ultimately Tarvik got some of Zeke's hair. There was also some other hair, a long strand of dark hair that we believe was a woman's hair based on the clothes it was on. And in his office, there were sketches of Gek. The attendant confirmed that Gek was not here at this house, and that Zeke had her clothes moved over from where he was previously living. Let's see. Telsor, the guard, is going to be... So we told the general that we didn't want to cast the spell right then and there. So the general basically said, hey, this guard's going to follow you around until you are going to cast it, and then when you do, you'll need to wait and then send this guard to go fetch the general, basically. Cassandra and Rita go to the orphanage. There was matron Glenez, I believe. And they greeted her with, hello, we are here to interrogate a child. Let's see. Dreila was the little girl with the one hand and the one eye. And they were asked to wait in the foyer while she went and got Dreila. And Dreila made the matron chase her a little bit before they went into a room with a long table and benches. But they give her a lollipop and promise her the big one if she answers questions. Cassandra asks about the man in the alley, and pretty much her face drops and says she doesn't want to talk about that. Or I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Rita pulled out the arms of Charming and tried to convince the matron to give her a tour, which worked great. And so the matron and Rita went off on a tour of the orphanage while Cassandra was able to talk to the girl. She said that I save people by going out and pretending like I need help. The people come out and they try to take advantage. Then the man comes and takes them away. I save other kids from the bad people that would take advantage. They ask her where she meets this man and where this happens, and she marked a place at the edge of the Rogues Ward. She said there's a stack of boxes with a bit of space near the wall. Cassandra gave Dreila a knife and tells her about the Raven Queen. Dreila says that the heroes will run the world, and everyone will have a home and be safe. Rita played a song for the kids. It was hard rock. I wrote down some of the lyrics. The necromancers have the eye. We are all going to die. The officials are all corrupt. This city really sucks. Hails Asmodeus. Asmodeus. That was great. It down. Mm-hmm. I don't think I caught all of it. But I caught some of the. But that it spoke to my soul. So.
Yeah, I mean that was the essence.
It spoke to the children's souls as well.
We all met up outside the orphanage. We asked the guard to go get the general and meet us at the place in the Rogues Ward where there was the X on it, with the intention that we're going to go check this place out, and that we might need the general's help there, and not really knowing what we will find at this place in the Rogues Ward where there is a space between the building and the wall and a stack of things. But that is where we ended the session, looking for answers on the missing people.
Indeed. Anybody have anything else to add to the recap?
No, of course, that was awesome.
I think we have. Do we have a candy unicorn that we're carrying around with us? Did that happen?
Not the big
we-
one anymore.
The big one
No,
to
we gave
her.
that to a child.
Okay.
You might have the 4 smaller ones still.
Yeah, I still have smaller ones to give Roland and Tarvik and us, for each of us.
Yes.
I think I didn't write really great notes of explaining exactly what we do and don't know what happened with Zeke, because we were very unsure for a long period of time, but we know that at least the person from like midnight in the prison onward was not Zeke. He was like replaced by someone, and we know that Zeke himself is like tied to a wall and like kidnapped and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems based on all this actually that our theory about a shape changer that was at the party instead of Zeke, and Zeke was not around at all since like we quote unquote rescued him. That seems like it's probably not the case, and it was real Zeke and it wasn't a shape changer at all at any point. It was just a guy in a disguise after the switcheroo happened.
The stuff in his journal, I think, led us to believe that he always really was an asshole, and as much as we like to think that we made a good impression on him, probably not. But regardless, the things he got caught up in have bitten him in the butt, and he's in trouble now.
I think we have like theories about like the sequence of like I don't even remember what my theories were. But there were ideas at the end about I have to like read his notebook again. I don't remember what I was thinking.
Because there was things about how like we asked him to come to Parabor, and I don't think he ever did. That was weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he also responded not in a way of like, hey, I'm actually chained up to a wall. He responded in a way of like, I'll do that eventually. Which seems like it wouldn't be a shape changer thing, unless shape changers can receive.
No,
unless it was always the shape changer, and we didn't really even ever know real Zeke, which is I don't think right.
I don't. Okay. I think I remember what my theories were about. I think we were wondering. I was wondering about what was the timeline of when did Zeke last write in this journal. Like the Gek is being difficult. What has gotten into her? Like I don't get why she won't come with me. I was kind of thinking that maybe he after he got out of the prison that he went to get Gek and bring her wherever he was going, and she refused. But then there was another theory, which is probably correct, which is that this is from when he was demoted, and she wouldn't come with him to the governor's quarters because she. I don't know. My thought is that Gek actually is just a plant from the Thieves Guild to be in the to know what the colonel is up to exactly, and to maybe influence him. And now that he's not the colonel, that's not her assignment anymore. Is probably what that last line was about.
I feel like, okay, did we establish that there was definitely at least someone impersonating Gek, though? Because the person we met in the Thieves Guild was not the same person that we spoke to in Parabor.
Yeah, we have, like, no idea what's going on with, like, the supposed shape changer. And what was his name? Timmy?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember though.
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah, like a kid.
Yeah, I like we have no idea. Maybe there was a shape changer that was involved in this thieves guild, and maybe there's just a shape changer that's a member of the thieves guild, and it knows all of them, and they know that it takes over their appearances sometimes, and that's why it knows everyone, is because it's part of it, and they just have to, lie whenever anyone brings it up, so that they don't let anyone know that this person exists.
Maybe it was Sammy. We're talking about Sammy and Rand. Yeah.
Right, Sammy. But Sammy cared about the vault and getting into the vault, and which is the whole eye thing.
Yeah. So like, if we think there's one shape changer that was Sammy and pretending to be Red on the road that one time and rescued us, pretending to be Red, and like all of that. It's different than Red and Gek that we met here. Why would he pick that face? Like if it was someone else.
Red? Well, the thing that's weird about Red
is a monkish
is that
too.
Red was a monk when Rita fought him, or ran away from him, or spared his life beneath the Twisted Tavern. Whichever one of those you want to pick. And it's like, if it was a doppelganger, I think the doppelgangers do have a slam attack, so like him just punching something would make sense. But I remember him being like especially acrobatic and monkey when he like helped us fight the orcs.
Yeah, the orcs, right? When we're in Paraborn, the orcs. That wasn't a doppelganger. That was a monk. It was like an actual person with monk abilities.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? I know we're talking about this all out of game in hypothetical scenarios. We're assuming that Olivia is using doppelganger stats for this and not changeling stats with a monk on top of it instead.
Yeah.
If we're speaking, I was about to say we're doing like all sorts of crazy things, like behind the scenes stuff. But I don't know what everybody else knows, but I don't think Tarvik has like a great deal of knowledge about shape changers in general. So
no, I think it's just a vague thing of like, it seems like a lot to think that if someone's impersonating somebody else, they would get like their special talents. But it's like maybe like vaguely what the characters might be feeling in game. But like, no, you're right. You're right. And it's not evidence of anything. But we do know there's definitely you do know there's shapeshifters going on, but we don't.
And the reason why we think that, right, is because we scryed on Sammy.
Mm-hmm. And he answered in Sammy's voice. We saw Red.
And we scryed and sent at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah. But as far as Zeke is going, it is perfectly reasonable that he's just always been an asshole through the entire time. The same person that we rescued from the dwarfs, that didn't show up to Parabor, that like all the things we hated him for, was and made all the shitty comments during the dinner, was involved and got pulled out of the prison. And then after he got pulled out of the prison is when he got chained to the wall. Right? That is feasible.
Yeah, I think he said that Governor Seagarden took his position. And he wants it back. So I think that was his motivation. I think he was just being used by Z to help in this plot.
He doesn't, in his journal, he doesn't at all write about getting kidnapped by the dwarves. Do we think that's important, or do we think that he just wants to pretend it never happened?
I think this journal ends right before he loses the position and she's in charge.
True.
So we don't have anything after he got downgraded.
Well, also, this kind
of that would make sense.
What was he kidnapped by dwarves?
Yeah, we don't know
about him. What do we know about that? Could he have been like not really kidnapped by dwarves?
Like working with them, or
like wasn't real all back then. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Well, because if he was collaborating with the evil dwarves, and Zashtan is also collaborating with the dwarves. I don't know, he seemed grateful after we got him back.
Which is not something that Z is known, or not Z, not something that Zeke was
Yeah.
known for, really, right? Which is part of
Mm-hmm.
the problem.
Yeah.
But he was also an asshole later on, and I feel like
Yeah.
if he was still pretending to be that person, why would he go back to being an asshole?
I think we're overthinking this, and we just need to get more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. It's fine. The fact is, we want to find the missing people, and maybe
Yes.
he'll explain once we go find him, and he'll put together a timeline for us if we can go find him and he's still alive. Maybe.
Yeah.
Assuming.
He's gonna be a gloomer.
Mm-hmm.
He was, well, hang on. He was alive, like, a few hours ago, and, like, I think we know some of the process of becoming a gloomer, and it seems like it's not like a quick process. It takes some time to do, and also they need to be dead, maybe?
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah.
I think they're undead. I don't know.
But yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
dead, right?
I will say
We've never.
amongst your discussions and your theories, one or more of your statements are true.
Wow. It's almost...
Just
Have
to
we
give you guys
ever,
some clarity, you know.
So
Yeah.
one or more.
So much.
More could mean all of them are true.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Even
didn't have
those
any
that are
contradictions there.
contradictory.
Yeah, even though they're contradictory. Yep.
Have we ever uncloaked a gloomer to see what it looks like underneath there? Have we ever actually got a good look at its face? I think we have. Because I look
I think
gross, right?
Don't
Yeah.
they melt or something? I can't remember.
You've had an
Melty
opportunity
flesh.
to take a look at them before you burn them because you've burned them.
Oh.
I detected thoughts on one, and they're just like they're very like hungry shadows of things that want to devour and kill life. They're sad. They're gloomy.
And we don't feel bad about destroying them.
And they're also worth some money, which is also very nice.
If you cast True Resurrection on a gloomer, would it go back to the person?
That's a good question. That's,
Right?
let's get to a level where we have true resurrection
Right.
before we ask those sorts
And
of
diamonds.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So I think you guys have finished your recap, so we can go into today's session. And we'll start off the map with the Duros map because you guys
Oh, yeah, we're going to the place she told us
Yeah.
about, right?
You guys are just kind of leaving the tree orphanage after talking with Dreila and gaining some information from her that the place where she meets up with her hero is at the edge of the Rogues Ward. And so she kind of pointed out to you, and you guys are making your way there. I can move your guys' token. It's not going to be too far from where you guys currently are. Let's move you guys down here. Any discussions as you guys are moving down? You guys have kind of just met up. You told the guard Telsor that you guys wanted the general to come and meet you guys here. So he's kind of away, and it's just you guys. So if you want to talk while you kind of walk there.
I got you presents.
Oh,
They pull out their lollipops.
oh, thank you.
One for you, Roland. One for you, Tarvik.
Oh, I saw those earlier. I assumed you got those for like the children we're saving and stuff.
I gave them some too.
No, I mean like there are probably children where we're going, right? Like who are scared and maybe won't trust every adult that comes their way, especially one, let's say, covered with the blood of the people who were there before. I assumed they were for them. Was it okay? I guess I'll hold on to one. I'll take one. Put it in my bag for
You
later.
can use it for the children.
All right.
I'll also save it for later, I guess.
Right? Now I feel guilty.
Now I don't want to eat my magic lollipop.
Here's one for you too, Rita.
Why do we think there are children in this place? Are children like good gloomer material?
Weren't the children
It's
were the
not
ones
children
that
were
were
the
going
bait,
missing?
right?
right?
The children were bait,
Is-
and then it was people that were gonna do something to the children that were going missing, right?
I thought the
learned.
children were going missing.
Both
That's what
are going
I don't know
Yeah.
if we actually knew about children specifically going missing. There was
We know
that
of
one
one.
person in the tavern forever and ever and ever ago that we gave Galana staff to. That
Yeah,
was
his sister.
his sister was missing. But
Here?
other than that- here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we know at least one kid is down there. So
We do.
I'm
we
sure.
know
I'm sure Zeke would appreciate a unicorn lollipop after
Yeah.
all of this. So
out of game, one of the scries we did on Tarvik's daughter, we thought looked like one of those places.
I think
okay.
so. Like
Gotcha.
not
So she's-
unicorn lollipop, but you know. No.
Yeah, I was also imagining like
Yeah.
still 5 years old. That's
Back again. So you can do anything you want with your lollipops, but they do look delicious, and the candy shop lady is very nice. Oh, and those gnomes that we saved from the fire that we took to Galana, they're okay now. Galana saved
that's
them.
interesting. The ones that we saw in line at the gates.
The ones that burned
Yeah.
with the goblins. Yeah.
I think
mhm.
we saw it while we were discussing what to do with Alan Bear when we came into the city of Juris. I think we saw them.
Oh yeah.
And that's really interesting, though. Just, but I suppose that makes
Mhm.
sense.
But I still haven't seen the Hanger family. Alright.
You think
Do we want
Galana
to
had
stake out
reason
this? Oh,
in
okay.
particular, or just what do you think? Galana had any reason beyond just being kind and something that she's capable of doing?
I don't think so. She's just a nice lady.
Yeah.
You're suspecting everyone now, Roland.
I'm not suspecting everyone. I'm just speculating on if there might be rhyme or reason in the universe. It's not. Sorry, I don't doubt Galana. I know she's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Tarvik, on that note, when...
Alright, do we want to...
Roland-
Okay.
Oh,
Yes?
Can you guys hear me?
You
Yeah.
cut out there for like half a second.
Can you hear me okay right now?
Can you hear us? Oh, Olivia, you're cut out for me. I can't hear you
Yeah,
at all.
I was about to say I can't
No.
hear anything.
Okay, you can hear us.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Alright, sorry about that.
No problem.
Did you guys say anything in the last maybe like 2 minutes that you want on the recording? You can say it, repeat it again, if it's like theories that you want to make sure you remember.
Nah.
Okay. So, you guys are... Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk to Tarvik. That's why.
Mhm.
So Tarvik, when Roland brought up Galana and like, oh, does she have anything to hide or remember? I think you had a high enough passive perception, or you were having a conversation with her in which you encountered that there is a hidden side to Galana.
Yes, if I remember correctly, I think Tarvik kind of like Tarvik sort of understood like one of the things that she definitely did was channel divinity or no divine intervention, excuse me, not channel divinity, divine intervention, which is like something that Tarvik just got. So like
Yeah.
he was definitely aware that she was like capable of doing a lot more and just didn't for some reason. So that sounds all right to Tarvik.
Yeah.
I don't and I don't think Tarvik will mention any of that, mostly just because
She asked.
I think she kind of asked him
Yeah.
not to, and he won't.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up for your sake, that you remember.
Yeah.
I did kind of forget that, but yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So, you guys are heading towards this secluded area of the Rogues Ward. And as you guys are walking, it is roughly 11-ish or so in the morning. You guys might be a little peckish if you haven't eaten, I think. And the sun is kind of more closer to the middle of the sky. And you realize that it's probably close to noon. And the sun is beating on your face, and it's warming up your face ever so slightly in this very cold chill of the latter part of the year that you guys are in right now. And the winds start howling more as you kind of near this secluded area, and you notice less foot traffic and increased dilapidation in the buildings. It's dirtier, it's grimier, it is not taken care of. Things are broken, things are in disarray, and there's things shattered on the ground, and just a smell in the air of maybe old blood, piss, shit, decay. Everything unpleasant just starts to get stronger towards the outskirts of the Rogues Ward, where there's less people and less foot traffic. So as you guys make your way, all of these senses reach you, and they sink into your skin. And the area that you kind of reach, there's a few different buildings that seem dilapidated, and there are some like barrels and maybe abandoned wagons that have fell to disuse. And the cobblestone road of the city is just broken and not well maintained. Everything's just super grimy as you kind of reach this area. There's a few different buildings that you guys are kind of in front of. And then as you kind of follow the point where Dreila had mentioned, you guys find yourselves looking at a building, and just beyond there appears to be barrels or boxes. I think maybe Dreila said boxes or crates, but they are barrels. So you figured maybe she made a mistake. And you see a bunch of them kind of stacked against the wall of the city that kind of goes around the outskirts of the city. And you think that you might be close to the spot that she was talking about. I'm going to change the map for you guys so you can kind of take a look at the little place that you're in. You guys are at the top of the map.
Okay, gotcha. I see. Alright, great. I'm just gonna pull Elaria's scarf up over the nose,
Yes.
to deal with the stench.
Yes, it's almost noon, yet it just feels dark and gloomy in this area. Again, just fall into disrepair and disuse. Doesn't seem like anybody's around. Abandoned.
And here's the wall.
Those are the
This is
barrels
the wall.
against the wall.
City wall. Okay.
Should we look behind the barrels or in the barrels?
Yeah, let's walk around this building and see if there's anything.
Okay.
If we want to move as a group or not. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
feel free to move your individual tokens. No biggie.
Yeah, let's not split up if they're around.
So you said let's not split up?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not.
Gotcha.
Are we trying to be quiet right now? Or are we stealthing?
Oh. Yeah, point. Let's do
Good
that.
point.
The rogue says, "Oh yeah."
It's been a while.
As the person in heavy armor says, "Oh, why did I suggest that?
Yeah.
We should just be loud."
Yeah, guys, go ahead.
Do I still have those boots, or did we give those to you? I have them equipped. Okay. I have the boots of elven kinds.
Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you have the immense version, remember you can use it. Well, I forgot the
I'll use
reminder.
this. I'll use disguise self to look like someone else, someone random.
Okay. So you guys are moving along pretty quietly, Roland and Cassandra, and you kind of hear Rita with her footsteps. She might be humming every now and again. And then Tarvik, you just seem to be.
Tarvik, you're so loud.
You step in such crud, and it is disgusting, and it is like sloshing as you move forward. It is a combination of things that you wish you could not smell, but are very heavily potent.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to get it off his foot, and he's just jumping up and down trying to do it, but like that's just making the jangling of his armor worse.
Maybe you stay a little further back, Tarvik.
All right.
As Tarvik decides to hang back a little bit, Rita, your olfactory senses thank him.
Do we know what this building is? Was there any like signs or?
No idea. No signage at all. You see all of these buildings themselves just look like absolute crap.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of round the corner, Cassandra and Roland as well. You see these barrels line up maybe about 5 feet high. There's about two vertical stacks of these barrels lined up against the wall. And then you round the corner in this building, you see kind of like a broken, what seems to be a slight overhang that seemed to provide some slight reprieve if it was raining or snowing or whatever from the elements. But it seems to be torn and just very ragged. Underneath there appears to be nothing. And you just kind of pass by the building and you just see a continuous wall as you kind of look around, and it seems like the building rounds corner, like it ends at a certain point, so you have to go around it.
I'm a little confused on what I see on this half of the barrels.
Oh yeah, I should describe that. Yeah, so this map I just copied, and so I kind of just grayed out the part where I wanted the wall to be, but I didn't want to not give credit to the person who made it, animated maps on Patreon.
Gotcha.
So I just wanted to kind of gray that out, but kind of keep their name.
Gotcha. So this is just solid wall and beyond the wall?
Yeah, treat that as solid wall. Yep. Good question.
Can I start investigating as I go by, looking for unusual footprints or a hole or like a secret passage or just signs of people?
Sure, absolutely. Your choice of investigation or perception. I'll give you different things based on what you choose.
Can I help you, like tapping on the barrels to see if they're hollow or,
Yeah.
you know, just.
I'll allow that.
You may roll again, or do you want to roll?
It's up to you guys.
I'm helping you. You got.
That's better.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh.
So you guys are like tapping into the barrels, listening very closely, not moving, smelling, running your finger across, and then just like trying to get a feel of what might be in them or if there's any hollowness to them. And you gather, Roland, based on the composition of you kind of streaking your finger along some of the spillage, the material spillage from these barrels, you are easily able to identify, because you know these are like It's sand. It's a mixture of sand and like gunpowder. And you kind of look across all of them, and it seems like all of them have the consistent materials. The two components that you identified, and you can even smell it on your finger, like the faint smell of gunpowder. But there's also a lot of sand, and you can even see a little bit from the barrels, some of the barrels that have leaked, a little bit kind of sprayed across the floor. And you'll find that in addition to that, you kind of see the spillage, but you notice that there appears to be less, as if footsteps or people have kind of moved it aside and it's kind of dissipated. So you'll notice that dissipation around where you guys have just come down, as well as the entire corridor that Cassandra sees map left. And then you notice it kind of bends around to this area as well. But you just notice that there appears to be less of that material spillage, and it seems like it's been swept away by foot traffic.
Is the gunpowder and the sand mixed together, or are there separate barrels of gunpowder and separate barrels of sand?
You can identify that they are mixed together. So, Roland, as a citizen of the city, actually, you can make me a history check for this.
Sure. Oh, there it
very
is.
Nice. Actually, so this makes sense to you, Roland. You know that this is a diluted barrel of gunpowder. So the dilution is the sand. So there's more sand than there is gunpowder. But you notice that it's stacked along this wall as a safety measure for the city. And this is actually not the only point as well. So in case of an invasion, they have these on reserve to... it can either serve as some kind of like blockade, so they can use these barrels to, like, if there's a hole blown in the wall, they can kind of stack them and prevent people from coming in because there's weight from the sand. It can also be used in emergencies for if the river decides to flood, they can use this again, kind of like I don't know what you call them, not sand dunes, but you know, those bags of sands whenever there's floods and stuff, they can use those And then in the case of an actual invasion, they can launch these off the wall, and they can add like a little bit of rope with some dipped in gunpowder, so that it kind of serves as like a spark, so that it can throw off the wall, and what little will explode, it would serve either to explode in the enemy's faces or just to crush them. And so they don't like having these all across the wall because it's annoying for the citizens. So they strategically place them in specific parts of the city. They kind of like they concentrate them. But this is one of those places because it's not really used, and everyone knows that it's not really going to make a big explosion because it's so diluted. And the City Watch does kind of monitor this from the guards at the top of the wall that kind of make their rounds. So people normally don't mess with this because it's not really super beneficial. But this is like this is by the city. This is from the city.
I'll convey that to the rest of the group.
Oh, and you don't notice any that are empty. You did.
Don't notice any of them.
Okay. Shall we follow the foot traffic?
Yeah, let's follow the foot traffic. It kind of just leads around this corner, right?
Mm-hmm, it does. Yeah, so from where you guys came, around this side, and then it bends around.
Have we seen any doors or windows?
You have not, no.
Okay.
So I think it was asked, but I didn't catch the answer. Is there any indication of what this building is? How many stories it is? If it's a house or business or something?
Yeah, no signs, and it looks like it's a 2-story building, but you notice that the roof is kind of collapsed in certain areas, as well as some of the walls of the second floor. So, Cassandra, as you round this corner, you notice that the foot traffic pattern, where it kind of, a little bit of dust and grime is kind of sludged through here, and there's not much of that sand excess, continues along this entire corridor that you see. And you notice that it kind of banks around to the right of the building.
Keep going.
Okay.
Do we plan to go into the building, or did we want to see if there was a path through the wall? I think that's what we heard.
We didn't see any empty barrels, so we'd have to move all the barrels.
Right. There's supposed to be empty barrels somewhere.
Well, it was an interesting thing of like, this is all the traffic coming here. I felt like the traffic didn't go anywhere from here, right? Like, just it suddenly started. Is that kind of the impression?
It came from where you guys came from. So you guys came from over here, the side of the building, and then it was also here, and you also see it here.
Okay, but there wasn't a place.
But
there wasn't a place.
It doesn't continue
near the barrel.
out this way, and it does not continue out this way.
Can I take one more pass just at the barrels and try to identify if... Did you say there were some that looked like maybe they had been moved recently, or any kind of passage in this wall?
Yeah, with a 27 that you got for investigation, it doesn't seem like it has been moved. You might see that some of them perhaps have been jostled, and that's why some of the materials have spilled out. But you don't quite notice anything super out of place.
And is this not matching what Darla had described to them, like to Rita's point? Did she say there was an empty barrel or an empty crate or something like that we're looking for and just not seeing?
I don't think she said empty. I think she just said crates. And if she did, then that was a DM mistake.
No, I was just thinking, like, if they were gonna hide something, they wouldn't put it behind heavy barrels. They'd put it behind empty or lighter barrels.
That's fair.
And she said crates, so maybe we haven't even found what she was talking about yet.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I see that Rita says in chat that she cast Detect Magic.
Oh, nice.
Yes, because it's free and I should always have it up, and I just really remembered.
Yes. Oh, thank you for circle. That helps.
Yeah, so I just do a quick run back around here, and then run back around here.
Yeah. So Rita, as you cast Detect Magic and you walk towards where Tarvik is, kind of scanning these barrels and such, out of the corner of your eye, you take note of illusion magic. Right here.
Nice.
Ha! Haha. I'm right. I win. Haha.
What did you win?
I found an illusion.
And you notice a very door-like shape that it seems to outline.
I walk up and I open the door.
You go to reach for a door and you find nothing as your hand reaches into this wall and there's nothing there.
Excuse me? Wait, I reach into the wall and there's nothing there.
Yes.
I walk into the wall.
Great. You walk in and Rita just disappears.
Rita,
I draw a big arrow for General Dinoff with my foot that just points on the ground. Just
right.
big
Rita, I'm
old...
gonna have you pause. Hold on.
And I follow Rita.
Oh no!
Alright, so Rita, as you enter this space, you find yourself feeling like it got a little bit quieter, actually. And you just notice a whole bunch of shit in here. There is a very old and very dirty couch to your left that seems to take up a big portion of this room. There is fallen debris kind of everywhere. And you notice a staircase that would lead up to the second floor, but is just broken down completely. And you notice that the second floor, you can kind of see it from where you're positioned, because the insides of the walls to kind of separate that second floor with the specific rooms and such has completely just fallen down. That's probably some of the fallen debris, as well as the roof. And it seems like it is truly life-threatening if you were trying to step on anything on the second floor. So you find it in pretty good understanding that it seems like it's almost impossible to get up there, and you're working with a one-story building here. But you kind of look, and there is a room, or there is a wall that kind of divides some of your visual perception that kind of blocks what seems to be further into the space. But you do see there's an option to kind of go left beyond and an option to go right. But this room is extremely dirty, less stinky actually than the outside, and full of debris. And you can move forward with your token as you please.
Okay.
We get a follower.
That couch looks absolutely disgusting, and like it's
I'll get you.
riddled with bed bugs, and Rita is just going to go the other way.
This area, and anywhere where you see fallen debris will be difficult terrain.
Reminds me of home.
I feel like should we interact with that statement? Like, I want to know.
No, I don't think we need to. I think we just move on from that, right?
What is this light blocker here? Is this a wall?
That is a wall, yep.
Okay.
All around.
You find yourselves rounding an area. Cassandra, you're looking into it, and Rita, you just kind of pass it. This appears to be like maybe it used to be a kitchen, where you kind of see some cabinetry and what appears to be some kind of like storage box, and maybe a very broken down bench with a little table that's just completely unusable, just completely rotted and falling apart. And the room that Rita and Roland are in seems to be like maybe what used to be a bedroom. And you see the old bed frame, you see a very dirty mirror hanging, as well. It seems to be a fake window to the map left. It seems to be just kind of a crude like paper mache type of window that seems to just kind of be plastered on to give the illusion that this place had a window. And you find just tattered clothing remnants and just miscellaneous things that have been broken and are rotting. Roland, what you're in front of that looks like a chest is not a chest, just FYI.
Okay, cool.
Can I poke around the storage box and the cabinets in here?
Yeah, make an investigation check for me. Very good. You find a rat that seems to jump out and then just scurries away. Seems to be angry at you. Just squeaking a little bit angrily, as if you just...
I swipe my short sword, like, in the air. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. We're good. I look around to see if anyone saw it. Looks like no one did.
Yep. Charlie probably heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good perception. Passive.
You see any more illusions, Rita?
Oh, that's right. You have Detect Magic up. My apologies.
Well, kind of. there's a this is sort of an illusion, and I come up and I try to rip the fake window off the wall.
He very easily comes off. It's like rotted wood on the back, and the kind of paperish material that was used just easily rips in your hands and just disintegrates essentially.
Perfect. Whatever remnants remained, I hand to Roland.
I gently sit on the ground.
Maybe I missed it, and I just didn't hear it. I know we said we saw footprints going into here, and this place seems pretty dusty. Were there any other footprints leading
All
in the
around
house?
the building. Oh, in the
Yes,
house.
Okay.
around the building.
Yeah,
is
in the
what
house.
you saw, and it wasn't necessarily footprints. It's just you saw less dirt and grime, and just kind of like more streak marks, as if there has been foot traffic. Like things have been kind of moved out of place. because
There's
been foot traffic.
like the powder is just like dispersed in the
Yeah,
places that, in the
correct.
paths where people
We-
are walking.
Correct.
But we don't see any of that in the house, even though like everything's kind of destroyed and dusty and everything like that. Correct?
You notice the footsteps do go in, but they seem to fade a little bit. And as you look a little bit closer, Rita, I forgot about the detect magic, which is why I apologize. But you notice the
Okay.
illusion has been cast around the floor as well, and you notice that it is covering up. As you look through this illusion, you inspect it a little bit more. And Tarvik, you're curious to see as the trail comes in. You look through that, and you see that the footsteps are very quite evident in this area, and this area has been frequented, this whole area. So Tarvik, from where you are to where Cassandra and Rita is, that path, so on the right side, it's been walked, and there
On the
doesn't
right
appear to
side,
be
okay.
yeah, there doesn't appear to be any dust when you look past that illusion. But yes, there does appear to be illusion cast.
Okay.
So the illusion, is it just over the ground everywhere,
It's
or is it
over
in
the
a particular place?
No, it's over the ground, that path that I mentioned. So from the door
Okay.
on the right side, yeah, where Roland's walking, where Tarvik is, all the way to where Cassandra and you are.
Does it end in a particular spot?
Yeah, it ends where Roland is right now.
Okay.
Right there.
Huh.
Look for an
Hmm.
opening or a secret trap door or something.
Yeah, maybe
Well, you didn't
on the
fall
wall
through,
at
so
all.
it's not like last time.
I'll say I'm helping Roland this time,
Or
so he
go-
might
Sure.
not need it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Roll again. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. Nice. So with a 26, very high, you find that it stops here. You have no indication that there is any kind of secret door or any secret like contraption or button to be pressed, or any subfloor that it goes to. Nothing. It's very odd, but you're very confident that there's like nothing.
What?
Can I-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, can I just? I know this is not like a big thing. Can I just look up? Like, I feel like we're talking a lot about subfloors and things like that. Is it just like, okay, this is where they get to the roof, and then they move over from the roof to a different building? Like, 'cause if this whole area is dilapidated, like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, great thing, and we'll say that that's your advantage to Roland. So we'll still use 26 as your investigation for this area. So Tarvik kind of points that out to you, Roland. You continue to kind of look and investigate upstairs as well. Same thing as what Rita saw, you and everyone else saw. The upstairs is just absolutely unusable. Like, maybe a rat could go up there with safe crossing, but no one with any tangible weight, not even child, could get up there without falling through and creating more debris. And there's no way to kind of jump from the roof to a new place, because there's barely any roof. It's too rotted. There's too many holes and stuff. It's just very precarious, and you don't foresee anybody actually being able to use and jump onto the second roof or the second floor or the roof unless they knew how to fly.
Mm. I see any signs of magic that there's I know Rita has detect magic up, but that anyone came here and then teleported away or something like that.
I mean, yeah, Rita has detect magic up, so she would see anything that's currently be cast. I will say, how about Rita? You can make me an Arcana check.
Oh no.
You can just make me an Arcana check with your detect magic up, as Roland suggests that idea.
Rita, yeah, I'll do that. Rita is kind of making her way to the area that doesn't have where I think the illusion magic is not.
Okay.
Because I think the illusion on the floor is possibly a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we got past the illusion on the wall, perhaps they wouldn't use the same trick twice.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So, Rita, as you take in what Roland said and are just kind of like keeping that in the back of your mind, you're kind of investigating and looking this area with your own theory as well. And you don't quite find anything that seems to like pique any or either theory. There doesn't appear to be any other magic in this area, and there doesn't appear to be any remnant or trace of what Roland is suspicious of.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Maybe they fell through the ceiling and landed here?
Who's they?
I don't know, whoever these footprints are.
The purpose of this place, I say from around the corner. The purpose of this place is to traffic like victims through.
Mm-hmm.
And to take them out of the city. I it feels like underground is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it really is the illusion on the ground, and we just have to search through the whole ground. Can anyone dispel magic and just get rid of that?
Maybe. Let me check.
I have
also
dispel magic.
can.
I don't know if I can just. Yeah. Do you want to? I'm a little bit low on spell slots, especially my upper level ones. So if I could avoid it, it'd be great. But
I'm not low. I'm not low. I'm good. But yeah, it's a big slot. It's a high slot.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we can, let's try to exhaust some other possibilities, and if then we can't, then I'll definitely dispel it. But
I mean, yeah, we can just canvas the where the illusion is.
Is this like a bookshelf or something here?
Yeah, it appears to be like it was a dresser, but it's been rotted.
Gotcha.
Rita, do you see like drag marks on the ground through the illusion? Like where unconscious people dragged through here?
I can't see through the illusion, can I? I just see that there's an illusion.
You see that there's an illusion, and that it appears there are marks, but you are having. Let's go ahead and roll me an Arcana to see if you can see through. We'll do that.
Here we go.
Very nice, 21. Yeah, so you see the faint magic, and we'll say that you're able to push through this because you feel like it's not a very mechanics wise, it's not a high spell that was put on this to cover things up with the illusion, so you're kind of able to push through it, we'll say. And you do see drag marks. You see footsteps and you see drag marks.
Okay. I'm gonna I can't really predestidigitate. I want to make a little
I want to pretend that I have a magnifying glass, and I'm gonna just follow the footprints to wherever they go, and the drag marks to wherever they go.
It follows the exact area that
Little
you saw
lap.
the illusion.
The area that we saw the what? Where
the
it ends?
illusion. The illusion.
Yeah. So, okay.
Like the drag marks
Does it-
follow that same pattern.
So, do the drag marks... The drag marks just end where Roland stopped?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, maybe they teleported out. These are, like, wizards that we're dealing with. Just come in here with the bodies and zip zap zoop.
I think we should break the floor.
Do I have a
I feel like
crowbar?
I feel like
have
either
one.
break the floor or I should dispel the magic are kind of like the only two things that I know how to do to go forward in this
I
scenario.
have a crowbar. You want me to crow up some of this wood? Pull up some-
Now, does that seem dumb? I feel like it has to go somewhere. You can't just drag someone in here and then they disappear. I guess you can, yeah, with magic, but like
Yeah.
you tell me, Roland. I don't know.
but like, you know, but I mean, surely there's like there's like somewhere this leads to.
We do know there's underground tunnels from under that tavern. Wonder if it's
Mhm.
connected.
I don't
For a bit of
think
ways,
so.
but yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, Gek and Red showed up from, like, out of nowhere when I was down there.
Yeah.
There was, like, a little... I'm guessing I just went the wrong way, and I would have found maybe where they came from if I didn't steal all of their money.
The question is, do we reveal that we know this spot and just start tearing it apart? Or do we just stake out? We hide our tracks and wait and see what happens.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I put a big arrow on the ground in case General
We'd have
Dreila
to-
showed up and could follow us.
Yeah.
But we go disguise that. We go set up. We'd have to someone would have to go nab the general and be like, "Hey, come wait with us." But
Based on the marks that are on the ground here, does it look like one person dragging one body, or does it look like there's a bunch of people coming through at the same time?
Yeah, great question. So I'll use Roland's previous investigation roll 26 to answer this. So you see small footsteps that kind of lead in but stop towards that door area, the entrance, and then you see, we'll say, a normal set of footprints and then drag marks throughout the rest of this inside building.
That sounds like Sammy's when Sammy went to the vault.
or literally, that's our orphan participating
Could
only
be,
on the
yeah.
outside part of it.
Could
Right,
be.
the small
Mhm.
footprints are outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
But you're thinking one adult dragging.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, hold on. There's only one set of footprints and then the drag marks. Right?
Yeah, a set of footprints and then drag marks.
Are there no adult footprints outside?
It's hard to distinguish footprints outside, so not really, you can't distinguish, but you see kind of at the footway of the doorway, small footprints, just barely, and then the adult prints inside, where it actually is a little bit more visible, and you gather they didn't bother trying to, cover it up because they did an illusion on it. So, one set of regular prints and drag marks.
Is there any sign of a struggle or, someone dropping? Maybe at the threat.
I mean, the drag marks are heavy, So you gather that a body would have to be like on the ground and then dragged. So you can concur that something happened for a body to be dropped. But in terms of like an actual struggle, hard to tell. This whole place looks like a struggle.
Did I keep on calling her our orphan. I know it's actually a D. I think it's Darla. Did she
Dreila.
tell you all, like, Dreila? Did she all tell you exactly like what she did? Other than she said she was bait, right? But
She would bring people here, and I think those people would be taken by the necromancers. So she would be like, "Oh, help me! I'm just a poor little girl," and like draw them in to the hero, which ugh. And then she would leave. She wasn't helping beyond that, I don't think.
Did we verify that the bookcase is not a passageway?
I didn't. That's what I'm
Or the
asking. Do you
wardrobe?
want to start ripping stuff up and making a mess, or do we want to?
I mean, can we just open
much-
the wardrobe and see what's inside?
It's a dresser, right? Yeah. So it's
Dresser.
yeah. We can
I check the dresser specifically
look around
and
it.
see if I see anything at the dresser.
Yeah, so what are you doing to look at the dresser?
I think we're trying to determine if, investigating it to try to determine if there's anything behind it, under it, through it,
Okay,
anything.
go ahead, roll me investigation.
They could be. What's that spell?
Oh.
Levitating.
Yeah. Could we let's
13
be
out of 20.
clear here before we start destroying things as well, that we all are okay with it, because if they come in and see things really destroyed, I think they're going to get suspicious, which means they may not be using this anymore.
Yeah.
Which I think was
Well, if
Cassandra's.
that happens,
I
we'll
think,
just have to, catch them and get them. Which means
Right.
staking out here until they show up.
Right.
I-
Which also
think
means
we're going-
yeah, okay.
I think
I'm
we're
caught
going
up.
to
Yeah.
not destroy things right now. I think we're just looking with like a average amount of care to have to check. But no, I want to see. If we're going to stake this out, I want to see what happens when someone gets dragged to this point, like what they do next. I don't want to just catch someone here and then have them not reveal what they do with their victims.
All right,
So not destroying it. Not destroying it.
Okay, we'll say that you had advantage because you're all just very intently looking at this. So we'll use the 22, and you very intently look at this, and there doesn't appear to be anything weird or indicative of any type of portal or hiding of a tunnel with this dresser. This general area doesn't appear to be hiding anything other than its very rotted and broken dresser.
Do you have levitate today, Roland?
You do? Wait, actually, let me check. I said I do very quickly. I think I do. I usually have it. It's usually on the list. Yes, I have it prepared.
We could check the ceiling with that. The second floor.
Would
Did you wanna...
I don't.
the other option would be jumping, which I don't know if I can, even with a ring of jumping, I don't know if I could jump high enough, but maybe.
Being up there is dangerous, right?
The whole point is it won't support your weight, right? But levitate,
Right.
I mean,
you could just around.
There are gaps in the ceiling above you where you see into the second floor. You could jump through that gap, but standing on the remaining portions of the floor, not a good idea.
Would you allow me? First of all, I don't even think I have the ring of jumping right now. I don't know who does.
I have it. Yeah.
You have it? Okay.
Do you have your frog yet, Roland? Because if you had your frog could go up there.
That is true.
You don't have your frog yet.
Before we get in,
I do not. I'd have to do it as a ritual because I don't have it prepared. But I do have find familiar. I could get a frog.
there's a perfectly logical reason why it ends here, though. They walked in, he knocked him out or killed him and then dragged him out. This is just where he knocked him out or killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so wait. So you think that Dreila led the guy all the way in here, and it was in this corner that he got knocked out and dragged. Is this where we found the footprints and Draila's footprints, or were they outside?
No, they kind of ended at the entryway of the...
Okay, so they were.
I think
they were dragged
Dreila
over
passed
here.
the guy off to this hero guy. Those two men walked through the house to here, where he knocked him out or killed him, and then he dragged him back outside somewhere.
I don't think that's what drag marks look like, though.
Yeah.
What
This
do
still
you
slightly
think, though?
confuses me, though. Like, what? So Draila's bringing the people here, right?
Yes.
And then handing them off to the guy, and they're willingly going a decent bit through the house and then getting knocked out.
No, I think they were knocked out at the entry and then dragged to this point.
Yeah, you see drag marks starting from the entrance.
Okay.
I see. So they're going back this way.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And they just really strangely stop right here. We don't know where they go from here.
Okay. DM, would you allow, with the ring of jumping, instead of touching any of the ground around there, if they just jump straight up and see what they can see on that second layer while Roland is ritually casting?
Yeah, like literally just jumping up and seeing what you can see.
Yeah, like literally just like a straight up, like
Absolutely.
high jump style jump, just to see what's on the second floor.
Absolutely.
Do you know what your jump height or jump
It's
height
based
would
on
be?
strength, right?
Yeah. What
Mine would
I
be
have a
pretty low.
calculator.
Negative
What-
1.
Okay, so
Right.
8, and like you are super short, so like
Mhm.
4 feet. Okay, you're probably not reaching the second floor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even with a running start, you can only reach something 7 feet off the ground, which this is probably like a 10-foot high ceiling, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were
But if
you
I
were
landed
probably
up
not
there, I'd be less
Oh, no,
likely
I'm
to
sorry.
break through.
Hang on, that was without the ring of jumping. I'm sorry. That was with
It would triple my distance. Yeah.
Yeah. So off the ground with you could get 12. So you might grab something with 12, but you can only get about 6 feet off of the ground. So you might not barely be able to see up there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it, that's fine. It's just if you fall, you're gonna make a mess.
Yeah. Is it attunement or is it not attunement? That might matter.
Oh, does it say? We might have to look in the compendium.
Yeah, let me look real quick. If not, I will gladly do it.
Requires attunement.
It does require. Yeah,
okay.
so then we would need an hour to do that, and Roland's is quicker.
Yeah, I'll start ritually casting. Also, a high jump is supposed to be 3 plus your strength modifier, so if she has a -1, then she can only jump 2 feet. And triple that is only 6 feet.
Gotcha.
I have one other thing to try after this.
Do you think they have wings? That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, Roland, you are ritually casting? What?
Yeah, I'll put levitate in the
Levitate. Okay.
in the description. There you go.
Please, thank you.
Yep. Who wants to be the object of choice? Future object of choice.
It's Rita's
Rita's
idea.
Rita's idea.
Yeah, Rita seems really up for it. Rita's got it.
One thing to do before you cast levitate. I'm going to cast detect thoughts and walk around the building and search for thinking creatures.
Okay, go ahead and move your token as you desire.
Okay.
Roland, Cassandra, and Tarvik, what are you guys thinking about? Surface level thoughts.
Surface level thoughts.
Yeah.
Just because it was mentioned before, Tarvik thinks of all of the ways that he could easily destroy the floor. Using magic, using his axe. Like he has several ways. Like he knows how he could get through the floor.
Nice. What about Cassandra?
Cassandra's thinking of herself as a kid, like playing in this house and like picking apart and finding like trash that is treasure as a kid,
Nice.
and how fun that would be.
And we know Roland's focusing on the ritual, so we know.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of like get the. You know that the creature. The creatures around you right now in this building, you kind of sense them. And so far, through your path, you have not encountered any other.
Huh. Seems like we're alone.
There was a rat. What if it was a shape changer rat?
Oh, this was
Maybe I let him go.
magic. I pressed
It
the
did
wrong
seem
button.
particularly emotional about and unhappy with you.
Defeated me. Needs an intelligence of 4 or higher.
Oh, maybe he dragged him here and turned him into a rat.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's that.
That was a good try.
Yep.
You should float because you have your magic eyes too.
Yeah, I will find a spot with that's beneath one of the holes that between this level and the next level, and we'll stand underneath it and wait to ascend.
Amazing. Any discussions, or we can fast forward to the ritual completion?
You know, Tarvik, I know that you said you were you didn't say you were thinking about opening up the floor with your axe, but I could have sworn that I heard your thoughts and you said you were gonna open the floor with your ass.
I actually heard that too.
Oh, that is.
Oh, I heard axe.
Man, yeah.
I heard axe.
Interesting. You should get your hearing checked.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
a
I wanted to
Freudian
hear.
shit.
Interesting. Rita, I heard your thoughts, and I don't remember you talking about the apology thing too. Were we gonna do that now, or did you want to wait until after the
I don't
levitation
understand why you think I owe you an apology.
Oh no.
thing? Ooh. I feel
but if
like
you wanna
Roland just
tell
casts
us
levitate
about-
and just forces Rita up.
If you want to like tell us why you left the group, I would be happy to hear it.
I would love to hear why you abandoned the group. Yes, I would love to hear those thoughts as well.
You're making things up.
As are you.
Well, guess we gotta go up there, huh?
As Cassandra cuts the very tense air, Roland will say you've completed your ritual casting of levitation, and you are targeting Rita. And so Rita, you can kind of control her. I think the spell said you can move 20 feet every round to kind of control where she goes. So you can move her up. And Rita, as you kind of purvey your little new surroundings and go through the hole, you notice that the second floor looks as bad, if not worse, than the first floor. There appears to be more wear and tear, probably because of the exposure to the elements, and you know for sure that it is not the floor is not able to withstand any significant weight. But you don't notice anything quite unusual. Even with your detect magic up, you don't notice anything magical here. The only thing that really glows is that illusion that we already talked about.
Yeah, nothing up here.
You want to come back down?
Yeah, sure.
You should flip her upside down.
I don't think I can do that. It lasts for 10 minutes, though. But I'll just keep up and, like, take you wherever you want to go, just, I don't know, in case it's useful later.
At this point, you hear footsteps coming towards the building. And we'll take a little break here. So let's come back at the 40-minute mark.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Recording. And you guys start to hear footprints. Or footsteps, I should say.
Rita, you want to go 60 foot in the sky? See if you can see who it is? I'm already moving around. Move
I'm just gonna recast Detect Thoughts and see who it is.
Probably the governor, right?
Probably the governor, right?
The general?
The general.
Yeah.
So also move towards the entry.
I mean,
Because
can you?
if
I
it's
think you
not
can
the
only
general, I
move
want to get rid
me
of the giant
vertically, up and down. Yeah, sure. Yeah, send me all the way through the roof. I'm casting Detect Thoughts, and trying to catch the surface thoughts of this person.
Okay. Let me read Detect Thoughts for a second. So you're levitating?
Mm-hmm. She's
yeah.
60 foot in the air.
Oh, can you not put me 60 feet in the air?
Sorry, she is whatever she needs to do to stay within the range of Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you can see them from where you are.
She's 30 foot in the air.
Yeah, so
And towards that.
you gather, you do detect surface level thoughts, and you get the thoughts of this place is gross. I don't know why they wanted to come here. Weird. I hope he's not mad at me.
Aww. Sorry, I didn't hear that, but that's pretty sad.
So Rita is 30 feet up in the air, and he hears these thoughts. I don't see the guy.
No, you do see. You see.
Oh, I do see.
Yes. You see. Telsor.
Telsor. That's the general.
That's the guard.
No,
The guard. Oh. Wait, he wasn't following us? Oh, we told him to
get the general.
And the general is not here. Okay.
Well, you don't see the general.
Okay. Or I don't hear the general. Okay. So I will signal to Roland to try to bring me down.
I'll bring it down. I was also kind of sprinting towards the front door so that I could, if I needed to erase the arrow real quick, I could have. So I'm probably
It's
in
the
this room.
it's the guard. We should hide and like try to scare the crap out of him by like jumping out from behind the wall when he gets here, or just like jumping through the the illusion and like grabbing him and pulling him in. He'll freak out. It'll be hilarious.
I pull her right in front of the illusion so she can do that if she wants.
Yeah. I'm not strong enough for that, but I can still do something. I can roll intimidation. This is gonna be great.
I'll step away from the door, but yeah, I'll pull Rita into this room.
I'm still levitated, so I can't even move on my own. I'm just being dragged around.
You can put your head through the opening real quick. I'm sure if you want.
Well, can I? I can detect. I know I can find his location from my detect thoughts. Is he coming around? Is he right outside?
Can you?
When you cast the spell or as an action during the
bottom.
duration, you can search for the thoughts within 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay, great. Hold on. Roland, you said something earlier about removing the arrow. Do you remove it?
I was heading. I was heading that way, so I could if like that was like needed. But as soon as Rita's like, "Oh yeah, it's just the guard," I don't. I
Okay, all right,
relax.
Great.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps approaching, and you hear them kind of slow down in this general vicinity. Rita, you have not detected Telsor yet, but
Okay.
you guys are kind of listening. You hear footsteps. Both Rita and Roland, who are kind of at the front of this, make a perception check. Tarvik and Cassandra, what are you doing?
I'm still eating my
Help
rations.
Rita.
Nice.
Let's help Rita. Give her advantage. Not that she needs it.
And Tarvik, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting behind still, just because I'm not sure. I know some of what's going on, but they said to stay back, and if they are trying to sneak up on somebody, I am just gonna stay away.
Mm-hmm.
Rita would have told everyone that it's just the guard, and she's planning to scare him into pooping his pants.
I thought there was a general thinking he hoped that Zeke wasn't mad at him. This is like significantly. It's also sad, but less sad.
All right. Rita, you, in addition with your detect thoughts, you kind of track that the footsteps are kind of stopped just outside of your viewable range here. And you kind of sense some hesitation with that natural 20 for perception in the footsteps treads, where it just kind of halts a little bit and kind of starts trying to peek around the corner. You gather that he's right around here with that natural 20, even though he's outside of your detect thoughts. He comes around here, and with that natural 20, after a few steps here, you kind of see that Telsor slowly kind of makes his way into your detect thoughts space, so you can kind of see him. Oh, I have the barrier. Give me a second. That's why you're not seeing him. Let me move that for you real quick. Okay, so I moved the door, so you should see him now. So he's in your detect thoughts, but with your natural 20 also, you hear a second set of footsteps just around the corner as he seems to be moving forward. Telsor moves forward a little bit. But you know there's something or somebody around the corner.
God damn it. Roland, send me that way. Where I grab onto like the wall and I move toward the wherever I heard the footsteps. Was it this side?
It was this side, yeah. Right side.
Okay.
Not right.
Rita looks very sad as she was very excited about to spook this guy, and then it's like, God damn it, I mean, this could be the general, or this could be someone who's stalking this guy and about to get him. I wanna see if I have any of my time on my detect thoughts left. I wanna try to get the thoughts of this person.
Yeah, so you have to see them for the thoughts, right? But you do detect someone's there.
I don't think so. I can search for creatures using this method, and then once I detect the presence this way, I can read its thoughts as described above. So it basically, yeah. So
I see it at the end. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you move on over here, and you are able to sense the presence of a thinking creature. And the surface thoughts that come to mind are, this is a shady area. And high alert. Like, surface thoughts of like, well, that's an ambush area. This is a potential attack point. That's a potential escape.
It's the general. Why is he here?
We asked him to be here.
You see Telsor kind of stop at this point, Roland, through the, okay, we'll just say you can see through the illusion because you know it's there. And you kind of see him stop and look at the arrow warily and just slowly backs, does not increase in size, slowly backs up.
I look at Rita. You want me to get him?
Rita does want you to get him, but the general's there.
I'll change my disguise self to be, because Roland legitimately thinks this is what Rita wants. My disguise self changes to Rita, and he wants to pop his head out and say, "Counselor, get in here!" As soon as he paused.
As soon as he paused. Okay.
Well, it was still close. If I can, before he gets too far away.
Yeah. So he jumps and he goes, ah! Huh? He kind of shakes his head as if he's really confused why he's seeing a head miraculously appear through a wall. And he just, whoa. Okay. He hesitates a little bit. He continues to look past, continuing down the alleyway, and he just pauses a little bit, and you see him kind of motion forward behind him, and you hear footsteps, and then he will come towards you. And just
when he gets to 5 feet, I want to grab him. I grab him, pull him in.
All right, I'm gonna roll. Hold on.
This gosh, I'm doing so bad. Trying to do good by you, Rita. Trying to. Is it contested athletics?
You. How did it go again? It was, I think, him, Dex, and you, athletics to pull. The strength of you trying to nab him, and then him just out of shock trying to evade.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he out of absolute fear of seeing Rita, a body discorporated, the head, he just kind of moves out of the way. What are you doing? And Roland, you see the general appear in your sights as well.
Oh yeah, I'm shifting back to no longer being Rita and just get in here.
Before you shift back, Rita whistles at you.
That's sweet. Kind of. Roland has conflicted emotions regarding that whistle. That probably caused him to pause for a minute. But he's just he just says, will you get in here?
He hesitantly puts his arm through the wall, and you can see his arm is just kind of floating there, and it just pauses a little bit, waving around in the air, and then eventually you see the body go through as well, and Telser's in there with you. You see the general kind of make his way and kind of takes a look at the arrow, looks around the building, and does not follow. You see him move
Go back
past.
Go back out and erase the arrow and tell the general to come in whenever he's ready. His command at
he acknowledges you silently. Telser just kind of puts his arm back through the wall and is just playing around with what the heck is going on. You gather he's not very familiar with magic.
Gather he's kind of an idiot at this point. Sorry, Kelso, that was unkind. It's been a long day. I apologize for that.
He just looks a little nervous, looking at all of you guys, looking at him. You'll see the general bump into Kelsor, because he's just standing there. He just shoves Kelsor forward. And now you see the general here. He just looks at you guys silently without saying anything. Interesting location, the general will say. Why do the seance thing here?
Probably need to get Tarvik regarding that decision.
Tarvik will step up with that. We were hoping we'd get closer to maybe an answer point. We believe this is where they're taking some of the people, it appears. But the trail ends at least for what we've seen so far, shortly after, in the next room over.
And he's kind of
Unless we start
listening
breaking
and
things.
nodding and just kind of like walking through you guys.
Mhm.
Well,
We'll, like,
okay.
explain. We'll explain, I guess, why. Probably not without not mentioning the specific orphanage or Darla, but just that we believe there's an orphan. They're using orphan children to lure people here, and there's illusions on the floor, and this is where the trail ends.
Just
I did see that there was something magical, of course, on the door. That's the only way to explain it. Yes. And you think this is related to Estazik?
Yes, we think the disappearances are all related.
You, the seancer, Mr. Tarvik, did you see others held captive with Estazik?
In the past, in similar areas, yes. Currently, no. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm thinking back about things that happened 2 months ago. I think we did the seance where we saw Zeke. So I'm reeling back a little bit.
Yeah, Zeke was alone when you saw him?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, this does make sense. It's part of the Rogues Ward, and the Rogues
Oh,
Ward
Dimension
is
Door.
managed.
What if it's Dimension Door? Sorry, what if it's just Dimension Door? There's another place within 500 feet of here, and the guys just go around to here, and this is the spot where they go, and they Dimension Door because it's just one person and one body, so they go through, and then it's I don't know if it's like down or where, or maybe there's another building that they don't bring attention to. Could just be someplace within 500 feet.
Is there any way of figuring out which way they would have gone?
could be random, right?
Well,
I don't know if
I'll
there'd even be
investigate.
remnants of magic.
You
So
see
what did the
just
general
kinda-
say?
He said, I'll investigate, and just kind of starts walking around a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. I mean, we've been thinking underground, but if it is underground, 500 feet underneath.
Well, it doesn't have to be
Seems
the full
difficult.
500 feet, does it, Roland? Like, just anywhere within
No,
500 feet?
it can be anywhere within 500 feet. It can be anywhere you can see or visualize or describe. So yeah, you wouldn't have to see it. But I'll say that's fairly advanced magic. Not that like I'm doubting.
No, yeah, I mean,
but-
they wouldn't need to leave this trail if they could do that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
What if
there's.
Don't you have that other one, the shorter one, Roland? Do you need to see where you're going for that one?
Yeah, I don't have that one, but a lot of mages, can go 30 feet. Real quick.
I have
Can
this.
that one doesn't let you like
57.
drag it around. Take someone with you though, does it?
No, it's only you.
Okay. Well, hang on. No, it wouldn't work. I was gonna say if they were already dead, they'd technically be an object, I guess.
If
but
it
no,
is-
you're right.
If it's Dimension Door and they're going down, then going to that particular spot would be important because they need to. If they're going directionally, well, you said they could visualize it, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Did you find anything, Mr. General?
Nothing out of the normal. I see. It appears something was torn down from the wall over there, but I can't quite determine its value.
Interesting.
Well, let's start digging.
Or should we stake it out?
I don't think that's. General. I'm sure you're very busy and you don't necessarily have time for the stakeout part. It would be helpful. I don't know if such resources even exist, but is there any layouts or permits or anything like that that would give us any idea about what in the past has been approximately 500 feet, like somewhere within 500 feet of this location?
You could go
Sewer
into
lines.
the archives, yes, but I'll tell you right now, I know every inch of this city, and there's nothing down from here, within 500 feet. There should be some foundation below, and then earth.
Maybe it's just another building.
It could be another building. How?
I mean, there's a reason
Question-
why they dragged the bodies back to that back room. They didn't just drag them inside to here, right? Like, there's a reason why they moved through that, like, this corridor to the other side.
Are you magic users able to detect anything?
Yeah.
Well, there's
so
the illusions.
Illusion, yeah.
They mask their
Then-
tracks on the floors.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is
He
to
looks at
dispel the
ground.
illusion.
You can't really see through. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
We've sort of looked through the illusion, right? Or Rita has, I guess. Maybe.
You did a good job looking through it, yeah.
Would before we definitely trampled all over it, did it seem like I'm trying to think, like there were footprints that led to this place, and then the little orphan girl ran away, and there were footprints that went into this place further. Were there at any point, like, there was nothing where they ever left this place, in theory, right?
Nothing that looks like they left. And we think this is Z, don't we?
And who
Or
is
an
Z?
agent of him.
I think it's Necromancer.
Right, Z is a
Yeah.
necromancer.
Zal
Mhm.
Shadan. I don't say that word in front of the
Oh,
general,
you don't.
actually.
This is not out loud.
Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Sorry,
no,
I'm
it's-
gonna be like,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
say Zal
it might
instead of
not-
Z because I think Z's too close to Zeke and it's confusing right now. But I'll say Zal.
So if they have to, I mean, I'm sure they spend a lot of time in wherever their hangout place is, but this isn't like how they're getting supplies in and out. They're not bringing in food or water or things like that. So either the place where they are going to is really, really populated, which doesn't seem likely because why not just like disguise people that way? Or they're using that place as another way of going in and out.
Or they just don't need supplies. This is literally bring victims to a place for them to turn into undead creatures and then.
Right, but
Oh,
like
you
if
think
you
The transformations are happening here.
no.
We think this
it
is
would
where
be
they're
bloody.
abducted.
It would probably be bloodier and grosser,
Yeah.
and there would be more.
Well, and it doesn't match what
drag
we've
marks?
scryed. Like, it doesn't match
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
scry.
No. But my point is saying, like, okay, they've been doing this for months, right? This is not like a quick one and done job. This is multiple times over weeks or whatever, right? Even if they aren't staying in that place, even if they're just doing their business there and then leaving, they're still leaving, right? My point is, I think maybe if we spend some time, divide it up a little bit, unfortunately just to cover ground, we could maybe see if there's like another place similarly abandoned with only out, like only leaving footprints that we could see. and think that's their kind of base that they're leaving from. But does any of that make sense?
You said these people are necromancers. That's magic. Why would they not use magic?
I don't feel like they're the type
Magic's-
to. I mean, they could use magic to get in and out, I suppose, just like they are here. I guess my question is, I don't think they're the type to like make their own food or make their own water.
I literally
Right.
don't think people are eating and drinking in this location.
In this
Or I
location,
think-
yes.
Okay, well, I guess
Don't
this is the
necromancers deal
spot.
with dead things?
Yep. This is the spot where they're abducting people, but we know the Gloomers are like outside the city, like attacking. So if they have an exit to these like I'm imagining like expansive caves that like lead
Mm-hmm.
outside the city, and then if they need to get like supplies or other things like that in, they're doing it from outside the city.
Oh, that is true. I didn't think about that. I'm trying to think of it inside the city, but I do think like we're so close to the edge of the wall, right? Like
Yeah,
we're
that is fair. We could just search the opposite side of the wall and see if like this is literally just some way to get them immediately outside the wall, and maybe there's another entrance or something out there. But if you want to search around within 500 feet just to see what we can see.
I think we're better off going outside the walls first and searching there, and then coming back later to search around before we do a stakeout if we had to do that. I think it's very likely that they are underground based on everything I saw in the past, and I think that it seems as if they must be close to the city, but they must be outside of it because of the amount of even in Rogue's Ward, the amount of guard presence going on, right? Going in and out of the city is a giant pain too. So I understand why one might, let's say, just teleport in and out of the city instead.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
can't
don't like
figure
the.
out if they've done this magic teleportation.
We're just kind of
Can we? I
assuming.
don't think we can.
Yeah. The other option is them flying through the city with a body and not getting noticed, even by like a drunk guy in the rogues ward, right? Like there aren't reports. Like we hear reports of like panthers going throughout the city and not attacking anyone, just panthers. We haven't got like there's no news article that is like strange men flying in town. like we haven't
Yeah.
heard anything like that. Even in the rogues ward, like there's slow news
Someone would
days,
say
and like
something, yeah.
someone would definitely be like, "Yeah, I saw a bunch of people flying in the air." So I feel like it would be seen even by somebody
They would have
if
been
they were
seen
just
by
like
our
flying.
wall patrol.
Yeah.
You see?
I still think there's
Unless they
some
were
kind
invisible.
Mhm.
I still think there's some kind of something that the body was dragged to that spot over there in the other room for a reason, and there's some kind of passage or something that we can follow. We
And
just don't know
why-
what it
Why
is.
didn't the little girl? Who is this little girl, by the way? Have you questioned?
Oh,
her?
we don't need. Honestly, I don't think you need to know.
We
names.
let her go. We don't know who she is.
You let her
Mhm.
go even though she's conspiring to kidnap.
Children are innocent.
Yep, we did. We
Mhm.
made that choice.
He looks at you guys
Uh.
questioningly. And this little girl that you think is innocent, why did she not enter here?
I think they didn't want her to enter here because she's useful in the moment, right?
Oh, so
She's
she
the
said
one-
that. Okay.
Oh no, she didn't say that. Context clues, I suppose. Yeah.
So
We
I
could
think
all
if
make
she saw what was going on,
but you didn't
Mhm.
ask her. Is that correct?
You might have cut out. You might have.
yeah, I was gonna
cut
say
out.
you cut out pretty
You
hard there. I
questioned
didn't
her,
hear.
but you didn't ask her.
I didn't question her. I look to the other two.
We saw a little girl.
I was screaming at orphans. Don't look at me.
I look at the other one then.
Nope, we didn't ask.
We ascertained this place and what it is.
Is the little girl dead? Is she alive?
I hope not. She was fine last I
hope
saw
not.
her.
Well, what if we question her further about this matter? It seems that she's a witness to all of this. She has more information.
I'd rather we chose a different way.
Is something wrong with the girl? She can no longer speak. She's ill. She seems like she has information.
Sometimes it's best just to leave the uninvolved.
It seems like she's very involved, based on
Not past
what
this
you've
point.
mentioned.
Not past where we're at now.
What is it that you think can be learned from the girl?
Well, you said that she's interacted with this plot for kidnapping, and it seems as though you have not questioned her further on this location specifically.
No, not really on this location, but like we understand that she doesn't really know what's going on. She is a child, and she thinks that she is luring bad people that want to take advantage of little orphan girls to a place where a hero is getting rid of them. She doesn't understand. I don't think she understands that there are necromancers involved.
And all of you believe her.
Yes.
And you trust in your judgment. You're confident.
Yes.
Well, then I suppose if you're confident about that, I won't push any further. It seems you have strong opinions. But if it turns out and we uncover this little girl and she is more nefarious than thought, she will receive punishment.
Yeah, and we'll go to jail and you'll give us parole, right? Like, oh my gosh, the city sucks. You guys suck.
She will. Are you in conspiracy with her? Are you saying you're involved with her?
Yeah, see,
Right.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You
Hey,
Rita, let's go look outside. I
Yeah.
think we're not
General,
helpful here.
General, maybe we should go start examining those blueprints at the archive.
He just kind of like looks at Rita questioningly, not knowing why she's throwing a tantrum, and then will move over this way and just kind of nod towards you. Yes, I can give you a fast, expedient approval process to determine and confirm the records, but I will guarantee you there is nothing underneath here.
Okay, why don't you get started with that paperwork while we finish up here?
We have yet to do the additional seance. That's why I was summoned, and that's why I asked Telsor to...
Again, General, maybe there might be some different information, but again, I think it would be better to get documents first and get a small lead and then the seance. The closer we get to it, the more reliable it can be.
Is there anything here that'd be a remnant of the hero that we could use for your seance? Like, don't you need like, isn't it better if you have a connection to him? Like, maybe you could try and connect to the
have
kidnapper.
his hair. Oh, to the kidnapper. Interesting. I could try. That actually
We haven't really
might.
found anything yet, but
I have. Oh man, I don't have it prepared. I don't think. Hang
Hmm.
on. Do I have it prepared? I don't have it prepared today. Dang it.
No.
Torvik says I do have something that I maybe could use to find some more information about the kidnapper.
Okay.
Especially if we get some information on him or them.
Mhm.
So if the more we can get with it, I guess that might help.
Okay, it
Even
seems like
even
this is going to take a little bit of time.
Mm.
I would like to keep Telsor with you, but unfortunately we are short-staffed, so I'm going to have to take him. We
Oh,
we have so
no.
many matters. I'm going to expedite your request. Where should I send the blueprints to?
Magic Michael Doone's tower. And if anything, if you could expand, ask them to make the paperwork as big as possible. I think that would be appreciative.
Yeah, he
Appreciated.
nods.
Excuse
He looks oddly that you said Michael Dune, but he confirms regardless. And he'll say,
Or
"Done."
Michael Doone's just gonna get like a random section of like the Rogue's Warren blown up as a blueprint.
um, yeah, and right. It was general. Okay, so he's gonna expedite, and he said, I'm taking Telsor. If you need to contact me, you'll have to go to Shield Station and ask one of the attendants there, the soldiers there, and they'll send a messenger to me, and I'll get to you when I can. But please, I have very limited time. There's a lot going on. Please only call when you are ready for the seance.
Okay. And if we need to contact you sooner, we will.
If there's anything of grave importance to the missing persons or the war, yes.
Mhm.
He just kind of nods as his final word, and then he will leave with Telsor, who just kind of awkward waves goodbye without saying anything and just follows along with the general.
Cassandra waves to Telsor.
Yeah.
And you
All
see
right.
them head out.
Great. Okay. Dead weight's gone. All right. Are we smashing? Are we dispelling the floor? Or are we just gonna start searching outside?
I want to search outside and then post someone to keep watch because I still feel like someone coming in and seeing what they do to the next victim is like the best possible way that we can figure out where they're going from here.
Did I already give you the sending stone?
Not yet.
Cassandra will give you a sending stone. I will stay here, keep watch, while you guys go do the thing. I can move pretty quick, so
What
Right.
if
let me know.
what if they're going further into the city and not out?
Yeah,
Because
we
if
should
it
search
is-
already.
Because if it is Dimension Door, the reason to go all the way around in this house would be because the destination, you're just within 500 feet of where you want to be when you're in this exact spot where I'm standing right now. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Stop shouting!
We're listening.
Stop shouting.
It would, right? So what's 500 feet in that direction or that direction in this sort of quadrant, this northwest quadrant from here? Because they came all the way around to this spot.
Have I used my Raven today? Or wait, I think that's like every specific. So I could have him. But yeah, he wouldn't be able to see from up top.
I mean,
No, he wouldn't be able to report back. It's just messaging, right?
Yeah.
I think Dimension Door is the best explanation of how they got out of here and why they stopped. Is there a better explanation? Like the other thought is that they don't leave, or that they break the person down into what they need. I mean, they have to leave. They come here.
They
and
could
then
wear
leave.
him like a backpack and walk out.
Yeah.
They could have a portable hole. But we don't
Yeah,
see
some
the
kind of-
footprints of anyone leaving, do we? We didn't.
Do we?
I think we generally saw footprints throughout. It's hard to tell. It was really messy in here. I think we haven't confirmed that no one ever has left this place.
I think the best explanation for why they had to come right here is because they're casting Dimension Door, and this is the spot where they're within 500 feet of wherever they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best idea that I have.
The only other thought I could have is just avoiding sounds, right? This is doing it by a false entryway would maybe alert the little girl to what's happening, and then suddenly you have to find a new resource. If you take them around to the opposite side, now you have a room that is decently far away from any entrance. It doesn't have any windows because the windows are fake, and it's mostly enclosed, so sound wouldn't really travel outwards well, only up, and wouldn't be heard by a lot of others.
That's fair. I'm still half operating on the thought that we just can't find the secret entrance here, but there is one, and we just didn't find it. There's a tunnel, or a hatch, or a something. It's just much better guarded by magic.
As a DM, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity. If one of you is willing to expend your DM inspiration, I will make a statement that may help.
I don't have DM inspiration.
I don't have any DM.
I will expend my DM inspiration.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
Rita made a roll. Rita made an Arcana roll that did not pass.
Oh, the one to see if any spell was cast.
And the other thing I'll say is you guys rolled really high for all of your investigation checks. When you're looking at entrances, secret escape areas, you guys consistently, I think, were above 20 on your rolls, and I gave you no indication whatsoever. So with those two things, I'd like you to continue your deduction. Hopefully that helps.
May I attempt to roll Arcana to determine if there's anything additional going on here that maybe Rita missed?
Yes.
You're trying to see the remnants of a spell cast here, right?
Yeah, that was the thing. Yes, yes. You detect remnants of a... let me see what the school of magic is. I'm thinking conjuration. You see remnants of conjuration magic in this area.
Conjuration magic.
I'm upside down.
So I'm just checking Dimension Door real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, that's teleportation.
Dimension Door is conjuration. Okay, so given that, what's our next step? Our next step is still, I think, the same. We either can just go make a 500-foot perimeter and start looking for where they could have moved to.
I think we look at a map.
Digging. Yeah,
I think we just look at a map and see if there's a conspicuous spot somewhere.
Can you switch us to the map of Duras for a sec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really in a corner.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what it looked like.
And there is a scale on this map? Or there was a scale on this map. Right?
What's ground reach?
You can use the...
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so I guess...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if we're saying the blue dot is the right one, you're looking about 2 squares out, 2 to... Or we're on this red dot.
You're on the red.
We're on the red.
I mean, red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I think I have a...
Oh, here, actually, hang on. I'll do this easier. I got this.
The circle? There you go.
So that is 600 feet. Let me see. Can I try... I'll do that, and then... I can't do that. Let me see if I can do this. There we go.
Why is there this dip into the wall here? Like there's
that
a
is
lot
true.
the city just didn't expand into.
That is weird.
It's over there.
Yeah, but we should check it out.
Yeah, that's worth it. And it's basically within 600 feet would be this whole square, which is a lot of zone to cover, I feel like. But
I'm going to tell you as a DM, no.
It's not that.
No. Okay.
I don't want you
No,
guys
it's
wasting
not.
your time on that. That's like a map thing. I don't know why the
Okay.
auto generator did that, but I don't want
All
that
right.
to throw you off.
Wait. I think
Um,
we send 2 people outside, 2 people inside, or
Mm-hmm.
well, like, okay, if we send someone beyond the wall, someone needs to stay here and call us back if they see anyone. And
yeah,
then
I'll give you a stone, and I'll have a stone. I can stay
Mhm.
here and stake out since I'm sneaky.
If
yeah, we
it's
could split into groups of 2 and just like the other 2, just try to make a big circle real quick just to see if there's anything weird, without like getting too bogged down.
Mhm.
if it's Zaladesh, do we think he's capable of like actual teleport or actual like plane shift even?
I mean, but like,
It's a
I don't think
creature.
he isn't capable of that. But that the bigger thing is like, would he do that with just like a guy, like just one guy, like one a day? That seems like a lot for like a single person.
I mean, we saw the conjuration, so I feel like someone expended magic to move people, right?
Let's offer it with what the minimum, and then if we don't find anything, then we can assume.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna have 2 people stay here and then 2 quick people try to make a quick perimeter of just like see what's 500 feet into the city, what's 500 feet out, and just see. You can't find something.
I guess Rita and I are probably the fastest, because Rita, you have that speed boost, right?
I can expeditious retreat.
Yeah.
I can also expeditious.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you 2 can do that, and I'll stay here and keep an eye. What do you want to do, Tarvik?
Do you want me to stay here as well, or do you want like do you feel like we should have 2 people staying here and 2 people going out, or do you want them to do the inside radius, me to do like an outside radius real quick, and then you stay here and we all meet back up together?
Do you have a way to talk to us if you find
I
something?
I do. I have
Okay.
sending.
Well,
I have sending.
do you
Do you have a way to
hear
get
from
through
us if we need?
customs very
I have.
easily?
I have. Doesn't Rita have sending?
Well, no,
Mhm.
I mean, like actually getting out and back into the city with all the checkpoints and the refugees.
Oh, you know what? If you give me an hour in that ring, I don't think it will matter.
Are you gonna jump
Jumping
over
ring?
the wall?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, alright.
I have a
Okay.
decent jump. I probably could just jump the wall.
Yeah, I think he can.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we looked at this before. I gotta do the jump calculator again, but okay, jump feet. Tarvik's got a strength of 19. Got like, I'm saying like 6'5". I'm being conservative. Yeah, so with a running start, I can get 21 feet off of the ground, and I can
Wow.
reach something about 30 feet up. So if the
Mhm.
wall's under 30 feet here, I probably could just jump it.
Let me see. I think I wrote the gate height or the wall height somewhere. Yeah, it's 20 feet high.
Yeah, so I can just running jump it apparently with the jump ring.
Okay. I'm marking it unequipped. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, I'll need an hour, I guess.
Yeah.
But that should give you guys a little bit more time to search like the city part, and then worst case scenario, I'll jump over and do that. So you guys are fast when you guys need to get back here quickly, but you guys can take your time doing a really good search.
Okay. So
Okey-dokey.
I guess the question is again, if Cassandra is staying here and she sees someone come into this space, does she just have to wait around for an hour for you to get back? Because she has no way of getting hold of you. You can get a hold of her, but she can't get a hold of you.
I mean, I don't think I'll be an hour out. I've got a little bit less time, and I don't think 500 feet. I feel like I could, if I needed to, I could do that in under an hour. But
Mhm.
I think priorities would be getting you first, and then if you guys have time on your way back, contacting me.
Okay, so Cassandra reaches out to me. I am with Rita. Rita sends to you. And yeah, it should just take us a couple minutes to go 500 feet, so we can, and then we'll all just come back immediately and catch whoever's doing their thing while doing it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you put the
This is a
ring
plan.
on your...
I did.
like it.
I got like about an hour before it's fully ready. But after that, I'll head out.
Alright,
But
well,
like I
don't
said, you
stay
guys.
here because you're not sneaky.
Oh, that's
That
fair.
armor
Okay.
is not good.
I guess
Ugh.
I'll just go. I'll head out into the city and just, I don't know, walk around for like an hour, I guess.
I feel like you could like walk the wall to like the edge of the 500 feet that you're gonna jump over it, and then you have you'd probably scale it from the inside without the ring of jumping.
I probably could. That might be.
Especially if there's barrels that get you 5 feet up, anyways, on the 20.
Yeah, I was about to say if I could do that, I think we could probably make it work, and I could just get over the wall that way. I don't. I know the general said this is guarded area, but I feel like it's probably not looked into too much.
You currently don't see a guard on the wall.
Yeah.
Cassandra's gonna do what she can to mask any remnants of us. Like, if there was any footsteps from us, or the general or the guard.
Rita ripped off like the window.
Yeah, put that back up. Yeah. And I have a hammer, and I could probably find like some scattered nails to put it back up.
It was like
What?
paper mache. So it
Paper mache,
basically
oh,
just
okay.
disintegrated in Rita's hand.
Oh,
She ripped it
gotcha.
off.
Oh well. We'll just hope that doesn't notice it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll at least try to get our footsteps, make it look dusty again, if it was dusty.
Yeah, okay, make a survival check for me.
Alright.
Alright, noted.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll go hide. I'd like to hide in like the rubble, like kind of mask myself with rubble in one of the rooms. I think,
Yeah.
like under the stairs or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rubble by the stairs. I'll put you there.
Okay.
I'm gonna suggest to Rita we make that yellow loop that I just drew in go just counterclockwise, unless she has another suggestion.
I think we should go west and then north and like look into that quadrant. So I think we should do like 500 feet to, I guess, to the wall here, and then up 500 feet, and then kind of do this little triangle here, this quadrant of the radius, because if they did need to be in this exact spot to Dimension Door, I think that's where they would have to go.
Okay. I think we could try to. So that point would be like right here, right? That's like the most inside of the city. That's at that room.
Yeah.
Because this is the wall right here.
Yeah.
Building.
Yeah, I guess we just go north. Yeah, you're right. We just go north from here, 500 feet to the wall, and then come back down around. And then if we don't find anything there, we search through the rest of the area.
Okay. I'm trying to do like some very, very quick math just to see like how many feet we're actually transversing, and then I'm dividing it by like, do you want to be going fast or slow? Are we like?
I mean,
running?
I think we have until Cassandra tells us something's happening.
Okay. At any point, we're 500 feet away from her, and that's all we really need to know. Okay.
Or until the
So-
the general comes back and is being a big dummy head again.
He was terrible, wasn't he? Yeah, I think we're gonna follow the path to the wall and up along it on the west side, until we're about 500 feet away, and then we're going to start arcing back towards it, and we're going to stop and when we think we're 500 feet inside the city from the room where the room was, and investigate there.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone's good with that.
Mhm.
Someone roll me a d20.
I will. 1!
Oh, no,
The,
that's not great.
the people from the other like the little village outside all show up here, and they see that there's a wizard, and they want to kill him.
I need a disguise. Got disguise on.
Someone roll me a d100, please.
Oh,
Someone
gosh. All right.
else.
I got
yet.
the D100.
Okay.
Flat in the middle. I don't know if that's
Flat
good
middle.
or bad. It's neutral, though.
Okay. Okay. So, Cassandra, we will start with you, where you're just kind of hiding out. I put you in the rubble near the staircase. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please.
Yeah. Got my boots on. 18. Not the greatest.
Okay, Cassandra. Stealth, 18. Noted. And let's go with Tarvik. You are going towards your location, and you.
I'm hopping the wall. Yep. Yeah. I'll win wherever the barrels are. I think if that's probably just gonna be the easiest spot to do it.
Okay.
I'll just hop the wall.
Perfect. So when you hop the wall, let's say in your aerial point, like the highest aerial point, you notice that there is a guard farther along. I'll point on the map. Let me get on the map. Cassandra map. So you kind of see a guard closer towards the wall over here, but it doesn't. The guard doesn't appear to be looking your way at all. And there is another guard that seems to be over here. And again, from the shape of the outline of the person, you don't think that they're looking your way, nor do either of them react. But you do see that there are actually guards on the wall, like the general mentioned, just not here specifically. And you are able to... Oh, go ahead.
In the one, it's probably... I think Tarvik would maybe figure out, who knows. The one is probably more focused on this road and this gate, like over... Oh, here, I'm on the wrong layer.
Yeah, they appear to be
like
looking
over
that
here,
way. Yeah.
and like this one, like probably cares more about like the town down here. Like there's like other things going on than this one weird spot in the rogue's ward. Okay.
Correct. Yep. And you're able to very cleanly jump with your ring of jumping, and you are on the other side, and it appears to be grassy lands. There is some what's the word, like wheat fields, farm fields as well, and you are just kind of like in the grassy area before the farm fields actually begin, and you find yourself alone. It's quiet.
Tarvik is just gonna like just start searching out, especially in like this area. Just seeing like if there's signs of traffic here, if there are, just various different things like that going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I see any spots where people have went.
You can either make an investigation or a survival check.
Okay.
Your choice.
I think, yeah, survival is much better. I'm gonna do survival. Oh, nice.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so you pick up like rodents, and maybe the occasional bigger animal, bigger mammal, like maybe, I don't know what would be roaming around here, like a goat maybe, But like you feel very confident that you don't see any traces of like dried blood, nor any drag marks, nor any like footprints. It doesn't appear like this area has been traversed at all by any living creature that's not like some type of animal.
Okay.
Super confident.
Yeah. If I'm super confident, then I'll keep moving on and just work my way. I guess first out here, and then I'll work my way around back in, like just make a little triangle point almost, with my search, and then if I take a second here and I don't hear a lot from the other side of the wall where I know Cassandra is, I'll start making my way like this way and then out around this remaining little bit over there.
Okay. Sounds good.
That will take some time. So
Yes. And
There's like the lawnmower strategy where you just like cover.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the lawnmower strategy, and it's also like the hey, just in case like the chain doesn't get connected to Tarvik, and there's a lot of fighting going on. Hopefully, Tarvik
Yeah,
can
the
maybe hear
plan
it and then jump
relies
back in
on
time.
Rita sending to Tarvik.
Right. Which, you know.
Yeah. All right, Roland.
Do we have to roll in?
Do we have to what? What does Rita not want to do?
This is hypothetical. We get the alarm, and Rita doesn't want to send to Tarvik.
Like she just doesn't want to talk to him.
We're gonna cross that bridge, and that no longer becomes a hypothetical.
All right, Roland, Rita.
We're gonna walk up
I think we
along
wanna
the side of the
go-
wall and try to find this yellow dot. We're gonna try to locate
Yeah.
that 500 feet inside the city, opposite the building.
You
And
can
see what's
make
there.
me a survival check, please.
I'm not great at that. Are you okay at that, Rita?
Let's see. Okay,
Both roll. Okay.
I could be worse.
You think you found the area? Yes. You struggle a little bit. You're a little unsure, but you think you're in the general area.
What do we see? What's here?
You find a very similar environment as you did before. A little bit less stinky, a little bit less neglected, and a little more trafficked, but it appears to be a part of the Rogues Ward through and through. There doesn't seem to be any distinguishable features of this location.
What buildings are here?
You see, there just appear to be residential buildings, some abandoned buildings here and there. There's nothing like the orphanages or another tavern or an inn or anything.
I think we need to break into people's houses, Roland.
That one looks abandoned. That abandoned one there, Rita. That's I think our one.
Yeah, you can go into the abandoned one that you see. And very similarly, though more structurally sound and less like broken down than the previous place that Cassandra's hiding in. You guys find your location. You guys can squat down. What are you doing in this abandoned building?
Looking for a cellar.
I'll cast Detect Magic and walk
that's good.
around.
Okay. Make an investigation for me, Roland, as Rita is doing her Detect Magic.
20.
Great. Rita, you do not notice anything come up magical. And Roland, you are confident this place has been abandoned. You notice that there might be squatters who come in. You notice discarded food wrappers and like tins, perhaps like food tins, strewn about, but there does not appear to be anything nefarious lying around. no indication of drag marks like before, or footsteps that seem unusual, like going in weird places. It appears to be very kosher.
Is there any type of cellar or sewer
Oh,
access
sorry.
or
Yeah.
a well access?
No cellar, no sewer, no well.
What do you think, Rita?
I think we have to go break into people's houses. Right?
I
'Cause,
think that's. I mean, I feel like we're just looking for trouble a little bit.
I mean,
but
we are looking for trouble. I mean, we're not supposed to do anything illegal, and if we do, then we'll probably lose our 30 days, and then I have to leave Parabor right now, which would be dumb. So maybe we just like look out through the rest of the 500 feet and just.
As you guys are talking, you notice a figure hunched over, very dirty and grimy looking, kind of shuffles away in the doorway as you guys are inside the abandoned building and just kind of slowly turns their head towards you guys. Hooded, dirty, hunched.
have they clearly seen us? This figure's seen us?
Yeah, just looking at you.
Hi! Hello! Is this yours?
As you guys are looking at the figure, you hear a weird giggle / cackle, like and then you see the body turn around to match the head that was turned around to you guys, and the cloak opens up and you see this shriveled guy who's naked, who exposes his genitalia to you, and he does a little shake as he just stares at you.
I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, we
like
found something!"
I think I give it a 2. What do you think, Roland? Is it too generous? Out of
Do you
10?
require medical assistance, sir?
You like it? Yeah.
Yeah, I 2 seems accurate. I don't know how to handle this.
Or rolling.
I like
With the opposite.
prestidigitation and like scare him away. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
as
kill
soon
him.
as you do that, he goes ah! And just runs away.
This is our one.
This is the one, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I guess we just canvass the rest of the search area. Is what I was thinking before we got interrupted.
I think that's a good plan. Let's just keep canvassing the 500 foot for anything. Yeah.
If we don't find anything, that's when we start breaking into people's houses.
Okay, we go back to Cassandra. Cassandra, as you're hiding, do you want to do anything?
I do want to be aware of my surroundings, so I'm gonna try and focus for as long as possible. I'm gonna... Let's see if I have anything like interesting in my inventory to play with.
Mm-hmm. How about we give you time to look at your inventory?
Yeah.
We'll move to Tarvik. Tarvik, I will continue to use your Nat 20 survival check, and I will say that you are able to investigate all areas that you desire to, and you find nothing.
Great.
You're
Finding
very
nothing.
confident.
Tarvik's just gonna wait on the other side of the wall. His ring of jumping still needs an hour. I don't know how long it's been or how long Tarvik's had. But he'll just wait until the ring is ready, and then whenever that time comes, not hearing anything bad happening to where Cassandra's at, he'll jump over the wall then.
All right. So we'll pivot back to Cassandra. Any interesting things?
I think Cassandra is just going to try and focus with her Raven Queen pendant and just take a moment to be like, I'm so sorry we are not doing the best here. I'm really trying. I really want. As soon as I find them, I'm gonna kill them all. For you. And then I'm just gonna
make me
go.
a religion check.
Yeah.
You are trying to be perceptive as you clutch on and pour your feelings into your prayer to the Raven Queen, and you find the corners of your eyes start to bleed black as your vision starts to lose its hold on your current surroundings and turns into inky darkness. And you find it somewhat comforting and familiar as you realize that this is the Raven Queen enveloping you and responding to you. And in this inky darkness where you cannot see a single thing, you feel liquid caressing your face and your body as if trying to comfort you.
Mm-hmm.
And though it is icy cold, that coldness is also hot to the touch. And that split feeling is, again, very familiar of the Raven Queen. And it seems as though she hears your words and she is receptive to your desire to, make things right. And like you said, to kill them all. And she seems pleased by that. And she seems as though she's trying to comfort you in that she knows you're trying your best. As you start to blink and you feel that familiar comfort wash away as your senses kind of return to you. It seems as though she's heard you.
Kind of emboldened by this, she's going to just be like super on edge and focused, and just waiting.
Awesome. We'll go back to Rita and Roland.
We're just continuing to canvass the area.
Awesome. Both of you make me your choice, investigation or perception.
Roland, are we sure that we're not okay with the necromancers coming in and just turning like that guy into a groomer or something else? Because it could just be so much. I feel like the city would not be worse off.
I appreciate. I know we're not fans of the city right now, but I'm pretty sure that, and that guy, he needs help, not
The
not to be
necromancers.
subjugated as
The necromancers could give him help. Could help him.
I don't know. The world's pretty shit, but I think it'd still be shit with the necromancers. Do you really think that the world would be better?
Oh no.
Yes. Say yes. You hear Pick in your head.
Pick, really? You want the necromancers? I kind of do. I kind of think that this city could run better if, the people in charge were not the same people in charge, and if the people that lived here had a little bit less autonomy. But that's just here, and they're just really biased by recent experiences, and
Gosh, it would be so much better if the necromancers ruled everything, because they'd be easy to wipe out, and then I could rule. We could roll, Rita. We could roll.
That's actually a really good point. If they took over Duros, Pick makes an incredible point. If they took over Duros, we wouldn't have to be searching for them anymore. We could just go to the castle and fight them and win. Pick is absolutely right. That could be the best outcome.
Easy.
Yeah. But
I think-
no, I mean, this Ilaria had a life-changing impact on all of us, and this was her mission, and we we need to fulfill it. We just got it because she's not here to do it herself anymore.
Ooh, Rita, I absolutely love that. Take inspiration for going back to the roots of this campaign. How nostalgic.
Thank you. Yay, got it back.
I'll just say to Rita, I agree. I think I'm glad to hear you say that, and I agree. If, after all the necromancers are defeated, you want to come back to Juros and overthrow the corrupt government, I shall help you with that.
I'm going to Chult. I'm just going to go to Chult. There's going to be sun. There's going to be beaches. I hear there are dinosaurs, and you can race them. Okay, I'm going to Chult, and it's not going to be cold, and the people there will not know my father's name.
Your father's name?
Yeah, my surname.
Oh, gotcha. That did come to light recently. Are you feeling a way about that?
Oh yeah, I am pissed off. I don't know how they got it or got it to me because I never told anyone in the city. I was just Rita. I was just Rita to everyone but you guys. And then you found it in the journal after I told you, and now everyone. Or I don't even know if I told you. If I just explained why it's important to me that I'm just Rita. But now the throne knows, and all of the bad guys know, and the stupid people in the city know, and I just don't want to be here anymore. So as soon as we're done with all this, I'm going to Chult.
Okay. That is an interesting point, though. I mean, none of us told anyone. And you're right, you've never given your last name when asked. Who besides us knew?
Did Layla know?
Layla didn't know, as far as I know. I mean, it came up in your note. It didn't link back to me, but the name was there, so maybe someone figured it out. I don't know.
It came up in which notes? In the discoveries from
In
the
note.
in the
library?
letter, yeah, the letter that you got.
Yeah.
Letter I got.
So it's apparently it's not a unfamous surname.
But there's no one tying it to you. Just that one of the people, Premier Rhodes was part of them.
I mean, if there was this great hero with my name and was actually my progenitor, maybe someone could have deduced it. All the more reason to go to Chult.
They called her the Heart of Healing. You mean we could find out more about her, maybe, if you wanted?
Maybe.
I'm rolling to
don't
let it
know.
go.
I don't know if that'll help us with our goals.
Oh, maybe. They called. Sorry, I'm thinking about this letter and referencing it as we're talking. They called Zalistan a mage of sight, but we don't know how strong a mage. I suppose. Yeah. It has me on edge that one of the most difficult spells that I know this person has seemingly done at a whim, on repeat, every single time they've kidnapped a person. It is an indication that we might be out of our depth. So I think
Well,
we are
I mean, yeah. Well, do you remember when we we got like ambushed and and should have been dead, but they just left us alive?
I do remember that,
Yeah.
yes.
We still don't know why Z left us alive.
Because we're Ilaria's students and he has a soft spot for his love. Cassandra.
In her voice, you hear in your heads.
Yeah. That occurs to me.
Are we just like sending to Cassandra this whole time through roll?
Yeah, just like I haven't figured out how this stone works. Cassandra, can you just hear
Like butt dial.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have to send your intention, and I guess you wanted to connect.
Do we have the sending as an object I can...
Yeah, we should have,
That's
each
on
one of us
item.
should have a sending stone in our...
Should I still hit the... But I don't know how it works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm searching
Just Google it. It should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
Sending
yeah.
stones. Yeah, no worries. Don't want to get hold up on that.
So as you guys are talking and investigating and perceiving, you seem to look over the area very thoroughly. Roland, you're pretty confident. Rita, it seems you've been distracted by conversation, but Roland, you've been able to multitask. You've been able to have the conversation and investigate. You feel very confident that you don't notice anything off. There doesn't seem to be any indication whatsoever that there might be an additional point of ingress, egress for the dimension door, that theory that you guys are looking into.
Mm-hmm. It's such a curious thing. I mean, it could be more complicated. Teleportation magic. If it is dimension door, it definitely... I saw caves. It makes me think it's down. If no one comes soon, I think the next step is to hug up the floor in that room. Because even if someone does come, we watch them teleport away. Like, we can't exactly follow that. We would just see it, and they just have another victim.
We'd be able to figure out what spell they're using.
That's true.
Maybe.
Because if it is dimension door, I'd recognize it, and then we'd know that we just gotta carve out a 500-foot sphere into the earth, and eventually we'll find.
Well, yeah,
what
I
it'll
mean,
do
maybe...
is I can visualize something, and I could attempt to dimension door us into it at risk of us suffocating into the ground.
Well, can't we, like, scry beneath the earth? Does that work notionally with directions and just look for something down below?
On the guy?
Well,
You can
or
scry
like on a
location, I
place.
think. Yeah.
Can you scry like 25 feet below ground?
I think you have to be able to visualize it.
I think you have to target
It's a
or something.
Okay.
Creature.
Okay.
But we could try to ambush the guy and get something of his so the scrying works better on him.
Mhm.
Like, really sneakily, like grab some of his hair or something.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense if it was below. And the general said there's nothing below ground here, but we
carved out something.
wouldn't expect him to know about the necromancer's secret tunnels.
Exactly.
He said that there's the foundations and then earth below.
Mm-hmm.
What are the foundations? Is that like
Just a
the
crawl
building
space,
foundation.
right? And just like the flagstone. There's usually like a little gap between the floor and the ground.
I mean, we could look in there. We haven't looked in there yet.
Are you sure? Yeah,
So
we
you
can go.
know that foundation is usually like solid concrete or crushed stone.
Okay. Well, we're just trying things.
Yeah, just trying. No, we
So-
definitely can look.
Yeah, so you guys have looked at this entire area and you feel like you found nothing confidently.
we'll head back to Cassandra and the room,
Great.
the house.
Yeah, you are able to meet up with Cassandra, and Cassandra, you hear footsteps of your friends approaching, and then you see them appear.
What'd you find?
You don't want to know what we
Nothing.
found.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing helpful or relevant to this.
Though, I mean, I said it to Roland, letting the necromancers have Durosks, it seems like a path forward.
No way.
Oh, fine.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not on board either, but
I get that we're stuck, but that's not the way.
we're still waiting on Tarvik, but would you have a plan for how you want to like stake out this place, Cassandra?
I can keep staking out all night if you want to go over to Michael Dunes and pick up the plans and. Oh, here's 10 platinum. I need 2 rings. Do some shopping for me.
What kind of rings?
They need to be worth 50 gold each.
Are you gonna propose to someone, Cassandra?
Maybe. You'll have to get the rings for me to find out.
Should we wait for Tarvik, or are you asking us to go run this errand and come back? Mr. Magic Michael Dune is so far away, so far on the other side of the city.
We'll be fine.
And then I feel like we're going to
Absolutely.
talk to him, gonna have to like have a whole conversation about Alan Bear, and like, I mean, I'm putting your platinum in my inventory unless Rita wants to grab it.
You can take it. I mean, I'm kind of okay with just letting Alan Bear run around in the city and scare people and maybe even eat people. That sounds
Oh,
fun.
he sounds so happy. Yeah.
You would enjoy that for sure.
Let's wait for Tarvik to get back and see if he found anything.
You guys wait a little while, but eventually Tarvik will join you.
How'd it go?
I didn't see anything. It's pretty boring. There's just some animal tracks. That's about it. So unless they're turning into animals as well, I think that's.
Maybe they're evil
That's it.
druids and that rat was one of them? And those animals in it?
Man, that would make so much sense.
Something to consider. Is druid stuff conjuration?
Druid stuff? I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe not then. Is that big
And
fancy spell you're talking about conjuration? The
teleportation spells. Yeah, teleportation spells are.
Michael Dune can
Is it-
teleport.
Can he? A little bit.
Yeah, he teleported us before.
You know, if there's
Conjuration
one
has to
person to
do-
get advice on this, it's probably Michael Dune.
We can go talk to Mr. Magic Michael Tan. Just so you know, conjuration's about things appearing out of thin air. So whether it's summoning something or transportation or anything like that, that's kind of what conjuration is to make it suddenly be present. Or not be present.
So they could go invisible, but they'd still leave tracks.
Well, invisibility is different because you're still there. It's just an illusion where it doesn't seem like you're there even though you are. Conjuration has to do with literally not being there anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll wait here.
A hand. So, couple options. Just because we can ask this. So one is stake out this place, and I'd say we should probably do it together, with the intent of potentially ambushing the guy that comes, possibly trying to snag something of his so we can scry at him later, and just seeing what spell they use to teleport away, because if it's not Dimension Door, if it's a more complicated teleportation spell, then we know that it's outside that 500-foot radius and that it's bad. Option number 2, which I am kind of not in favor, but I think it's worth talking through, is I can attempt to Dimension Door us by just visualizing the place I want to go, and I'll get to the closest thing there is to it within 500 feet of us. And I can take one other person.
But we wouldn't know where you went, and I don't think we could follow you.
And
Correct.
And if
we
it's not there, you just be
and...
underground in dirt.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
So that's not a good idea. We should not do that.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that, like, I mean, maybe not. There might be some way for us to think through this in a way. Because you can scry on me. You could scry on me and like help find it. And like,
if there are tunnels here, then maybe there is like something that we can find to evidence that, like air holes coming up to the surface.
Sewers? Does this town have sewers?
We didn't find any sewers in the entire rogue district.
No sewers.
Yeah.
Lots of shit
Yeah.
and piss on the streets.
Great. Where are the dung sweepers?
I mean, but like, yeah, it would putting out there's a thing of like, yeah, in theory, I would be someone else underground, and we would like just then follow the tunnel and try to find a way out. We know the Gloomers are like attacking the city, so they have to be able to get out of wherever this place is that they are. It's a bad plan, but
You think Dreila is evil?
No, she's a child.
Missing an eye and a hand, and we're looking for an eye and a hand, and that's really suspicious.
Yeah. I think that's probably their work more than hers.
There isn't a circle of teleportation that we just missed in here, is there?
Oh,
Can
there
I look
could
at my
be.
feet and see if there is a circle of teleportation that we just missed in here?
Make an investigation check.
Rita, help me my eyes because there's an illusion spell. 28.
You take a look underneath your feet, and you do not find.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's bad ideas on top of each other.
Mm.
So another thing we can do is we can start digging. We could literally start digging a hole down 500 feet and just see if we hit anything. I mean, Rita, I've seen you transform into a very
I think it would take a
magnificent
while
creature.
to dig.
I think you can maybe transform yourself into something that can dig.
Giant
badger. Giant
Yeah.
badger.
Or
Just saying.
we could turn Tarvik into the giant badger.
I mean, do you really want me to be a giant badger?
You already are.
I just look at Rita.
It might be an improvement.
No. Tarvik, do you want to help dig, or do you want to go talk to Michael Dune?
I think that Rita is inherently going to be much better at talking to the man who definitely does not like us than I will. So
I'll stay here
Good
with
luck.
Tarvik and dig. If you want to make him a dicky creature.
Okay, well,
And then you two go shopping and talk to Michael Dune. And get the plants.
Are we digging? I don't know. I guess maybe just like let's pause and step out of game. Are we at a dead end here, DM, or are we like meant to pursue this aggressively? Because I think we're starting to pursue some like aggressive outside of land kind of things.
I will say, before you answer, DM, like there is the step of like, hey, let's just dispel the illusion and see if something shows up. We do still have that as an option. We've done literally everything else. We could just start spending spell slots first. And Rita's about to spend a 5th level spell or on polymorph or whatever. So
yeah, let's dispel this stuff for sure. It's definitely gonna prove that we were here, though.
It would, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and So I guess we're not really letting Olivia talk, but I guess I'm more asking for if the DM does not want us to find this Gloomer Cave because that is end game and we are not ready for it yet, I feel like I need a hint to like be told to do that.
I
Like,
see.
if that's happening, like
No. I'm not trying to prevent you from finding the end game. If you guys find it, all's fair in game. If you're ready or not, it's gonna happen if you find it and decide to pursue it. So I'm not gonna stop that. In terms of anything else, I won't say one way or the other. I'll give you another opportunity. If you want to use a DM inspiration, I'll give you more guidance on maybe a more feasible path. But
Rita has one.
I'll give you a hint on whether or not you should follow a certain track or not for a DM inspo. But to your original point, the main question is like, am I trying to obfuscate the end game cave? No.
Gotcha. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that, I am. Yeah, y'all want us to do a dispel magic real quick? I'm willing to do that. I guess it's still a question of like, we're no longer, because we know it's conjuration magic, I'm no longer as keen to stake out this place because all we're going to do is see a victim come in and then poof away with magic in a way that we can't follow them. So the idea of like being careful not to obscure ourselves seems less relevant.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's dispel and we'll start digging and check the plans. And if we don't find anything, let's do something else.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the back room. Go around the long way. And I'm going to attempt to dispel the illusion on the floor.
Alright, and can you put dispel in the chat for me? Perfect, thank you. Amazing. It immediately dispels. And you find the tracks as you saw them before when you tried to peer through the illusion, except now it is clearer. What you find in this clarity is that, how should I phrase this? It's not like every time they drag a body back here. You can't say that conclusively. You just know that a body has been dragged back here. And everything that you saw before remains. The footsteps of a regular-sized footstep, drag marks, and no child footprints are back here.
So do I feel like there's enough adult footprints that maybe sometimes people are led back here and as opposed to being dragged? Is that what I'm kind of getting?
Like willingly go, maybe?
No, you're not.
Or is it all the same footprint?
It seems like
going
it's
back
the
and forth.
same pair of footprints going back and forth.
Gotcha.
And again, there's no way you can say conclusively that every single time a body is dragged back here.
So someone might be moving through this space without dragging a body, but it's the same singular person.
Correct.
Now that the floor illusion has been dispelled, can I search for anything that I believe might have belonged to or be connected to the person, the kidnapper?
Yes, make an investigation check.
Snag a cloth or hair or blood or anything. Mm-hmm. Investigation. 20.
Very good. You do not find anything, and you're very confident that you have searched very thoroughly. And I'll even say this. The fact that you haven't means that this person has been extremely careful. there is intelligence behind whoever this thing is.
I'm sharing that with the group. Anyone else have any ideas?
Outside
I
of
think
randomly
the-
teleporting, which seems bad.
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean, the only way to go forward is to acquire new information, and the path that lets us find new information is probably talking to Michael Dune and looking for evidence somewhere on the surface of tunnels beneath, which could be outside of the 500-foot radius
It could
here.
be. I feel confident that like there is no like just knowing the city, knowing that this isn't a city with sewers, this isn't a city with like that. We're not going to find any record on any kind of plan of existing tunnels. If there's something underground, it's been created, and the city doesn't have like record or knowledge of it.
What's the best way to scope out what's underground?
Can anyone see through stuff? Like, can anyone? I mean, I know you can like scry. Is there like a way to? I mean, again, like I can like. There's things we
will
could potentially
offer
do
this
with
up
them.
again. You can use DM inspiration again if you would like some more guidance.
I feel like we should talk to Magical Michael Dune before we seek divine guidance.
Divine intervention.
Do you want? I mean, you want to go walk over and talk to him, or you want to send and talk to him?
I feel like
I'm not opposing.
I don't want to spend another third level spell slot when we can just walk across the city, and maybe get our Alan back if he hasn't already fallen in love with Alan, and maybe just let people be afraid of Alan. I don't know why we were so concerned with whether people would be okay with there being an Alan in the city before. I feel like Alan should be able to go wherever he wants.
Okay, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Sure, that's fine.
Alright, so are you guys concluding that you want to go to Michael Doom? Or just some of you? Or all of you?
I think we should all stay together.
Going, minus, I was supposed to say
Unless
the only.
Cassandra wants to stay, but I think we should all go. I say to her.
Sorry, can we make a pit stop at Pips? A pit stop.
Yeah. It is on the other side of the city, so we'll have to cross the Commoners Bridge. But yeah, we can go buy you your rings.
Yeah.
Alright. I think this is a perfect place to end. We'll pick up next session with you guys stopping by Pips and heading to Michael Doom.